Turkey's second unicorn startup, Getir, and also of Bitaxi. Then we'll hear about the pre-acceleration program from SDGia Accelerator Leads, followed by the presentation of the teams, starting with financial inclusion cohort for Bangladesh and continuing with the digital agriculture cohort for Uganda. Before our opening speech starts, I would like to invite all project partners for a family picture, please. It's okay, I think. Thank you so much. Being in a such accelerated atmosphere full of enthusiastic people in our virtual room, I'd like to begin the program without further ado and give the floor to His Excellency Ambassador Faruk Kaymakçı, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs and Director for EU Affairs of the Republic of Turkey, for his opening remarks.
Çok teşekkürler Başak Hanım. Distinguished ministers, partners, sevgili Joshua, Miss Özdemir, Mr. Salur, ladies and gentlemen, dear teams, dear entrepreneurs, I would like to greet all of you from Ankara, from the Foreign Ministry. I am glad that we are able to organize such an event, and I would like to welcome all of you to this meeting. As you know, Turkish foreign policy is based on humanitarian and enterprising approach. In this sense, we thought that we should do more. Actually, within the UN system, we followed, of course, the SDGs, but we want to accelerate development and welfare, especially in the least developed countries. So today, it is an interesting day because we are going to listen to the outcome of, 43 teams who were actually working on different impact accelerators. And actually, we call it pitching day today. I am an amateur, golf player, and my golf teacher couldn't show me the difference between, chipping and pitching. But today I can understand, what pitching means, because pitching means that we have to go high, and when we are on the floor, we make our trace, and then of course we are very near the target, the last hole that we want to put our golf ball in. So I think the pitching means, in this sense, a very valuable action for the startups, colleagues and teams. And I hope that their projects, their findings, will be very useful for the development of especially the least developed countries or the countries where they come from. Of course, today we will talk about, startup ecosystem. I have to confess, this is something new, also for us. In 2010, we didn't have any idea of, venture capitals, fund accelerators or incubators. But today, I am proud that we made a lot of progress, especially in the last 10 years. And we have created around 10, new funds with the size of $270 million only in 2020. So this is a good progress. But also when we compare to 2019, we see at least 30% of increase and several projects. So I am glad that we are making all this program. And in 2020, we feel that we are the source of many inspirational projects in terms of accelerating developments everywhere. So today we will also talk about unicorns. We don't have many yet, but we have at least two. And the first one, if you remember, started with Peak Games, which was sold for $1.8 billion. And this was our first Turkish unicorn. And actually, our Minister of Technology decided to call Turkorn. So we have now this new terminology. And our, of course, second Turkorn is with Mr. Nazim Salur. So he will tell us, how he made it and which sort of differences he created in our daily lives, and how he can contribute to the development of especially the least developed countries as well. We know that he started operating in London as well, and actually we will try, how fast Getir is, when the time of iftar approaches. So we will check how fast they are to bring some iftar food to some houses today, and I think it will be a good test for Getir. So anyway, we will see. Also, I mean, I have to say that the Turkish government in the last few years has been the most active, angel investor in Turkey. Through, many public institutions, we have been investing in technology infrastructure, and also our government supported some techno parks, and also some public funding has been, I think, quite instrumental in bringing Turkey's startup capacity to these days. And so our aim by 2023 is to have at least 10 unicorns, so-called Turkorns, and we believe that we can reach this target. And also, we will listen to Mr. Salur, and he will tell us his experience. Maybe I think it will be a good model for different startup teams today. I mentioned that in our foreign policy, especially the development of the least developed countries is key for us. And this is why we have supported UN Technology Bank, which was created in Gebze in Turkey. And, we have an excellent managing director, Joshua, today with us. He will also share his experience. And we already know that, the bank is doing a lot of work in different parts of the world to contribute to the development. In 2019, in terms of Impact Accelerator, of course, there are different programs in different parts of the world, but we believe that our SDG Impact Accelerator is a bit different because we follow the different path. We wanted to make sure that public sector is involved, private sector is involved, NGOs to some extent are involved, and also not only in a national way, but we decided to have partners in our impact accelerators. This is why we have today Bangladesh and Uganda with us, in addition to World Food Programme, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Qatar Fund for Development, and also two very important major Turkish companies, Limak Investment, as well as Eczacıbaşı Holding. So this is a venture, and I think we make sure that we do the right thing altogether, and we also feel that the impact of our work is better if we can involve everyone. So we started in 2019, basically focusing on the refugees. As you know, Turkey is the biggest refugee hosting country, around 4.2 million Syrians and others. So it's a big number, and we wanted to have digital ID for the refugees. And also, we had, I think, a very useful sanitation project as well. And this was in 2019. But today, we are focusing on two countries, on Uganda and on Bangladesh. And I am glad that our fellow ministers are cooperating with us. And we make already some progress. And of course, these new projects will focus on digital agriculture. I think this is an important area. And the other project is financial inclusion. I hope we can develop some microcredits, and we can, bring some more technology to agriculture in Uganda. And I know that our ambassadors, especially the one in Bangladesh, is keen on SDGs. So I want to mention Mustafa Usman Turan, my colleague, who really spent hours, and sometimes I didn't understand what he was doing, and all the things that he did while he was working with me was, somehow in the cuckoo land. But today I see that we have some concrete results, and I think it will help us all. So
মানে এটা হচ্ছে লিগ্যাল সাইজের কাগজ মনে হয় এরকম হয়ে গেছে ওকে দিলে তো কিছুই আসে না
Sorry, we have a problem, I think. I can't hear you, His Excellency.
So I feel that I spoke too much. This is why I am muted, maybe. But okay, I will just finish by expressing my sincere thanks to Minister SDGia and Minister Palak for their, support to our work. I hope all together we can achieve good results. But also I want to thank our friend Joshua, UN Technology Bank, and the team, for the work. And also for the teams who prepared some projects. We will listen to them later on. I want to thank them as well. So let me finish by thanking our accelerator team for their tireless efforts, as well as our partners from Bangladesh and Uganda. So all the best to the cohorts, and we wish you all the success in your future efforts. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, His Excellency, for your opening remarks. And we like your new terminology, Turkorn. It was very nice. Thank you so much. Now, I'd like to invite Honorable Dr. Eliado Tumasijie, Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation of Uganda, for his opening remarks.
Thank you very much, distinguished participants. I am here to represent the Honorable Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation of Uganda, who unfortunately, because of very pressing state duties, could not be with us, but is with us in spirit and is very supportive of what's going on. Your Excellency, Ambassador Farouk Kamizaki, the Honorable State Minister Ahmed Palak, the Resident Representative UNDP Turkey Country Office, Honorable Shukrop, the Managing Director of UN Technology Bank for Least Developed Countries, Mr. Joshua Setipa, entrepreneurs and teams that are going to pitch today, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to recognize that today is a very auspicious and historic day when Uganda, Turkey, UNDP, and UN Technology Bank for Least Developed Countries, partners with similar ideologies, come together to package innovative solutions to some of the most protracted challenges facing critical sectors like agriculture in Uganda. We do recognize that notwithstanding the significant scientific advancement and social and development achievements that the country has made to increase agricultural productivity, we've paid less attention to some of the technological advancements and the consequences of the efforts that were put in. Therefore, the Sustainable Development Goal Impact Accelerator program provides us with opportunity for which I would like to thank Turkish government, UNDP, and UN Technology Bank for Least Developed Country. I'm aware that the call under the SDGia Accelerator was made in November 2020, and the call ran up to 31st January 2021. This was a universal call for action that was addressed to every entrepreneur around the globe for them to build multi-stakeholder platform focusing on empowering systems, entrepreneurs, and innovators who are providing impact to scale. I've been informed that in total, over 1,000 applications were received from 74 countries, and I'm glad that some of them are Ugandan teams who have also been selected among the 21 going to the pre-accelerator phase. I congratulate all the teams and everyone who expressed their interest to join hands with my Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation to come up with practical solutions to challenges in agriculture, particularly addressing refugees and refugee host communities. The intense interest in the current call should empower the bottom of the pyramid population to access opportunities and deploy them for immediate transformative actions. In Uganda and true to most developing countries, governments are facing significant pressures of feeding ever-increasing population. The challenges are far more complex, particularly in light of the climate change and recently the COVID-19 pandemic, which has resulted into numerous challenges, including disruption of logistics. Ladies and gentlemen, SDG Impact Accelerator will address the digital agricultural challenge in Uganda, focusing on the world with zero hunger, that is SDG goal number 2, which requires more productive, efficient, sustainable, inclusive, transparent, and resilient food systems. This program aims at urgent transformation of the current agri-food systems with innovative solutions from both global and local entrepreneurs. This fits well within my ministry's vision and mandates. The approach further is aligned to our National Development Plan phase number 3, in which the ministry provides leadership in the program on innovation, technology development, and technology transfer. This underscores the relevance of this intervention. The Innovation, Technology Development, and Transfer Program is, among other things, mandated to increase the application of appropriate technologies, which I believe the entrepreneurs will bring on board in the production and service delivery process across the country through a well-coordinated science, technology, innovation ecosystem. I'm happy to note that the national aspiration is working well, in that we, together with our partners, are beginning to cultivate grounds for better cooperation as a team. I'm also proud to note that we are implementing the last goal of the SDG, which emphasizes partnership. Without partnership, we cannot go very far. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no doubt that with this kind of engagement and commitment by the different stakeholders, whom I want to thank so very much for all the efforts since this initiative started, I have no doubt that this intervention will lead to faster attainment of the envisaged SDG goal number 2. I would like to pledge my ministry's availability for further partnership beyond this initiative, and to pledge that we are ready to partners in the entire science, technology, and innovation global ecosystem. As I conclude, I would like once again to thank our very good partners, the Turkish government, the Turkish Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The Turkish ambassador to Uganda has been very, very active in this, the UN Technology Bank, and all the partners, and also the entrepreneurs who took interest. And I'll take the opportunity to wish us an extremely fruitful day, and also good luck to those who are going to pitch today. I say this for God and my country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister Dr. SDGia. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to give the floor to Honorable State Minister of Bangladesh ICT Division, Mr. Zunait Ahmed Parlak.
Thank you, Ms. Bashak, for your excellent moderation and your kind introduction. Honorable Dr. Ilioda SDGia, Minister of Science and Technology and Innovation, Uganda, Honorable Ambassador Farouk Kayamaksi, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs and Director for EU Affairs, Republic of Turkey, His Excellency Mustafa Turan, my good friend, Honorable Ambassador of Turkey to Bangladesh, Managing Director of Startup Bangladesh Limited Company, Ms. Tina Evzabin, Shukrov Kozimatov, UNDP Turkey Resident Representative, Joshua Setipa, Managing Director, UN Technology Bank, Ibru Wazademir, Chair of Limac Investment and Limac Foundation, participants, startups, innovators, entrepreneurs, friends from press and media, distinguished guests, a very good morning to Turkey and good afternoon from Bangladesh, and happy Ramadan to you all. I would like to thank SDG Impact Accelerator for their support to digital agriculture and financial inclusion solutions through this competition as part of their novel initiative to leverage the SDGs to serve complex challenges faced by forcibly displaced populations and less developed countries. Father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's words uttered in 1974 in front of the world leaders at the 29th UN General Assembly still ring amazingly true today after more than 4 decades. Bangabandhu said, I quote, "We will look to a world where humanity is capable of great success in the era of astounding advances in science and technology. By the equitable distribution of all the resources and technical knowledge of the world, the door to such welfare will be opened where every person will have the minimum guarantee of a happy and respectable life," unquote. This welfare philosophy is powerfully reflected in Digital Bangladesh Vision 2021 of Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, which has led to the remarkable progress with direct implementation guidance of Honorable ICT Advisor, Mr. Sajib Wazir Joy. Bangladesh has significantly advanced in ICT sector in last 12 years due to the intervention through the Digital Bangladesh Vision. This has been tested through our resilience during the COVID-19 pandemic, where ICT has been playing a major role to ensure the health and economic progress of our nation. Bangladesh has been only one of 2 nations in the South Asian and ASEAN region to have positive GDP growth last year. To ensure the continuous growth of ICT sector under the visionary leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and under the direct guidance of the Honorable ICT Advisor, Mr. Sajib Wazir, we are constructing 39 high-tech parks, 64 Sheikh Kamal IT training and incubation centers, 300 schools of future, and 35,000 Sheikh Russell digital labs in educational institutions across the country. To ensure that we lead in the era of 4IR, we are building a Center for Fourth Industry Revolution and Sheikh Hasina Institute of Frontier Technology, which will come into operation by 2025. Recently, we have formulated 5 national strategies to thrive in Fourth Industry Revolution: the National Strategy for Robotics, Blockchain Strategy, Internet of Things Strategy, National Strategy for Artificial Intelligence, and Strategy for Microprocessor Design Capacity in Bangladesh. The local startup ecosystem is also a key cornerstone of our innovation-focused development efforts. In the last 4 years, we have attracted over $300 million of foreign investment in the startup sector, especially in fintech, logistics, agri-tech, and digital commerce startups. The market measures of the e-commerce sector has grown by 75% in 2020 and has crossed $1 billion US. And the number of mobile financial wallet users have crossed 100 million this year. The Bangladesh government's target is to move towards a knowledge-based digital economy, and to enable it, we are promoting digital identity, cashless society, and interoperable between our digital platforms. We have developed the digital identity platform Porichoy through the ICT division, which is used as a digital eKYC platform by many fintech applications, including global platforms like Skrill and Nettler, who was recently entered in Bangladesh market. We are now developing interoperable digital transaction platform, or IDTP, through the ICT division in partnership with our central bank, which will allow for interoperability between our mobile financial wallets, banks, and digital payment platforms. In order to utilize the potential of youths, foster innovation, develop an innovation-centered digital economy, and sustain its remarkable growth, we have taken an initiative to set up Innovation, Design, and Entrepreneurship Academy. In short, we called it SDGia. Have established Startup Bangladesh Venture Capital Fund Company to facilitate entrepreneurs with the financial support and co-working space to create a favorable and friendly environment for them, to equip them with necessary technical and managerial skills, and to mentor and guide the entrepreneurs for achieving their goals, to honor the father of our nation of this 5th anniversary of our independence, and also celebrate the centenary birth anniversary father of our nation. We have taken many initiatives. The Bangabandhu Innovation Grants is one of such initiatives, where we are going to award 100 startups from Bangladesh and across the globe with grants ranging from 1 to 10 million Bangladeshi taka. We are also organizing 2 major global events in ICT this year: the International Blockchain Olympiad and World Congress on IT, or WCIT, in November, where we expect delegates from over 50 countries to participate. I welcome you all to attend and participate in these events, either physically or through virtual platforms. Given the power of the youth driving the growth of our digital Bangladesh, with the visionary leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and the able leadership and guidance of her Honorable ICT advisor, Mr. Shajib Wazed, we are confident that to keep advancing our nation and be able to achieve the SDGs by 2030, reach higher middle income country status by 2031, and developed nation by 2041. Finally, I would like to congratulate the participating pre-acceleration teams from Bangladesh and Uganda and wish them all the best. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu. Thank you very much for your patient hearing.
Many thanks for your remarks, Honorable State Minister, Mr. Palak. Thank you so much. And now let me give the floor to Mr. Sukrop Hajimatov, Acting Resident Representative of UNDP Turkey Country Office.
Thank you very much. His Excellency, Ambassador Faruk Kaymakchi, the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs and Director of EU Affairs of the Republic of Turkey. His Excellency, Honorable Dr. Elioda Tunvesigye, though I know that you are not here, but spiritually with us, the Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation of Uganda. Mr. Zunaid Ahmed Palak, Your Excellency, State Minister of Bangladesh, the ICT Division. Dear my colleague Joshua Setipa, Managing Director of the UN Technology Bank, Ms. Ebru Ozdemir, the Chair of Limak Investment and Limak Foundation, dear participants, colleagues, friends, and partners. It is an utmost pleasure for me to speak on this event where change makers at national, regional, and global levels have gathered. I would like to thank the honorable ministers in Turkey, Bangladesh, and Uganda for their invaluable contribution to this unique initiative that we have constituted under SDG Impact Accelerator, collaboratively to sow the seeds of change for good. As one of the main stakeholders of SDG Impact Accelerator initiative, I would like to share UNDP's global vision regarding the work across diverse development contexts in an integrated way where no one is left behind. As we have seen over the year, the velocity and complexity of today's development challenges are growing exponentially. The Sustainable Development Goals acknowledge the complexity of our world and highlights the need for more comprehensive, thoughtful development solutions. Although apparently progress has been made to reach the SDG around the world, there are still major improvements to be made. This is compounded by the effect of the COVID-19, which has deprived millions of people of their sources of livelihood. 55% of the world, or around 4 billion people, are facing the pandemic without any forms of social protection. Globally, it is estimated that the pandemic could push 44 million people into extreme poverty by 2030 in a baseline scenario, and as much as 1 billion people under a high damage scenario where its effect continue unbridged. It is obvious for all of us, especially after COVID-19 pandemic, that digital technology is transforming our world rapidly, and innovative ideas are in core of resolving complex global challenges on a long-term and sustainable basis. As UNDP, we have mobilized all of our efforts to use technology and innovation to reach the development goals all around the world to accelerate progress by finding and testing new solutions within weeks or months, not years. This agility-oriented approach will enable us to identify the most effective solution that lead to impact and can be adopted and scaled up in similar context. We're all aware that this is not an easy task. Considering the huge funding gap to achieve the SDG, new alliances are needed between governments, businesses, think tanks, and NGOs, social impact investors, and citizens across the globe. As part of the next generation UNDP, we launch the world's largest and fastest learning network of country-based accelerator labs around development challenges. Additionally, we launched the Global SDG Impact Initiative, and we have developed SDG Investor Map in Turkey, an initiative to identify clear areas where companies can generate value for shareholders and contribute to a wider society. Among these initiatives, SDG Impact Accelerator is an important complementary step to apply systemic lens to finding innovative solutions to current challenges, such as integrating refugees or eliminating poverty, promote innovations among the least developed countries. The role and commitment of the government of Turkey in this initiative is exemplary to demonstrate how the country donor can diversify and scale up its own contribution to tackle global development challenges. SDG will now make another step after the pre-acceleration program, pitching around SDGs through the new ideas, new solutions, and new partnerships that will grow. In the coming months, as UNDP, we will give our startups technical support and help to reach partners and investors through our wide networks in 2 countries. Our team will guide you on the assessment of needs of refugees and other beneficiaries. UNDP is ready to support you to make your experience richer and your impact greater. Taking this opportunity, I would like to thank for the valuable support of all SDG Impact Accelerator partners, and above all, the startups selected for the pre-acceleration journey, reminding the words of UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. As a global community, we face questions about security, equity, and human rights in the digital age. We need greater cooperation to tackle these challenges and mitigate risks. Let me join these words and add that only united we stand to grow and build a better future for next generation. Thank you all changemakers again, and look forward to seeing startups products after a fruitful pre-acceleration program. Çok teşekkür ederim.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hajimatov. Thank you. And now I would like to invite Joshua Setipa, Managing Director of UN Technology Bank, for his opening remarks.
Thank you very much, moderator. Let me also start by acknowledging the presence of the honorable ministers, minister from Turkey, and also the honorable minister from Bangladesh, and our colleague from Uganda, and partners and colleagues around the table. Good morning. Let me also take this opportunity to thank Ambassador Keymachi for not only for his kind words, but also for his unwavering support to the Technology Bank. We continue to benefit from his leadership and from his advice as we continue towards providing or enhancing the support that the Technology Bank provides to LDCs. I should also take this opportunity to join him in acknowledging the vision and the effort and hard work that Ambassador Toran put into the SDG Accelerator program, and we know his passion about the program, and I believe that I'm sure that he's very proud of the effort and the difficult times that he had to stay late at work to put this together. We're very grateful for that perseverance, because today we can begin to see a light at the end of the tunnel, and I believe that that effort has set the tone and the standard for future work. The Technology Bank, like other partners, sees the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development as the roadmap to shift the world into a sustainable and resilient path. And the Technology Bank has fully embraced its role and its position as part of this global effort towards sustainable development. As we all know, the Technology Bank, the mission of the Technology Bank is to improve the science, technology, and innovation capacity of the 46 LDCs, to promote the development of national and regional innovation ecosystems, and to facilitate the technology transfer and its implementation in the LDCs. With less than a decade left to reach the 2030 goalpost in the context of the ongoing global pandemic and its repercussions in the LDCs, we have partnered with the Turkish government and UNDP to accelerate the efforts towards the achievement of the SDGs, not only within this framework, but also within a number of other activities that we're also discussing at the moment. The Technology Bank, as you know, is also supporting the SDG Impact Acceleration Project and remains ready and willing to learn from this experience for its future endeavors. We see the SDG Impact Accelerator Program as a pilot that will help us deliver and design and deliver similar programs to support other LDCs based on this experience. We also see the SDG Impact Accelerator as a creation of new synergies with other activities, has created synergies with other activities of the bank, where we are partnering with LDCs in identifying their technology needs and also supporting their efforts in accessing the appropriate technologies for their needs. The startup ecosystem is at the heart of our efforts to ensure that technology needs assessments, activities undertaken by the bank, support the transfer, implementation, and adaptation of technologies. And as we meet here today, we have just launched the technology needs assessment process for Bangladesh in partnership with the Commonwealth Secretariat. I'm happy to say that for Uganda, we were able to conclude that last year. And we are now working towards the second phase of that process, which is the technology implementation plans, which will benefit significantly from this experience under this project. Being part of this initiative, the Technology Bank will support the startups in accessing funding. It will also support them in establishing new collaborations and capacity building by sharing our knowledge, and also by mentoring in areas of intellectual property, branding, and commercialization. The Technology Bank is also committed to sustainable development, but also is committed to using technology in creative and innovative ways to address climate change, gender issues, resilient peace building, youth problems, and pandemics. And the two sectors that are the focus of this program on financial inclusion and digitalization of agriculture address sustainability and the equality in opportunity, which are very important for the least developed countries and communities. And it is in this context that the Technology Bank is happy to see that there are women-run startups in this process, and we advocate that diversity is a must for startups for creating innovative and sustainable solutions. The Technology Bank, of course, itself is a startup of the UN system, and we conduct our work with a startup mentality, and we believe that there is a need for to be more innovative, diverse, easily adapting, and purpose-driven and fast in responding to today's challenges faced by the LDCs. Our strength is in our agility. Our strength is in our ability to build partnerships, and we believe that this program is a very good example of the strength of partnerships and our ability to be able to support LDCs through these strong partnerships, particularly during these difficult times of the pandemic, where the only way countries are able to cope is through partnerships, and the only way development partners are able to provide support to countries is through partnerships. With all these aspirations, we are also ready to partner with the startups and also with the countries that are involved in this process to take this to fruition and to begin to see a tangible and transformational impact in the respective countries. I trust that you have all benefited from the SDG pre-acceleration phase of the program, and we're very excited to go forward as we collectively work together to accelerate our activities and results during this decade of action for the SDGs. I thank you very much for your attention. Mr.
Setipa, thank you for your remarks. The private sector was among the partners of the piloting phase of SDGia, namely SDGia Holding and Limak. I'd like to give the floor lastly to Ms. Ebru Özdemir, the chair of Limak Investments and Limak Foundation, who was personally engaged in the whole program. Ms. Özdemir, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, much has been said by the distinguished speakers, and as you have said, we have been very active and very excited during the whole project, and everybody highlighted the key points of the project. And as Limak, as the private sector, we have learned a lot through this journey in the last 2 years. We learned a lot from the SDG Impact Accelerator. We learned a lot from the entrepreneurs, the partners, the global ecosystem, and the program. And I firmly believe that the SDG Impact Accelerator has already added lots to our countries, Turkey's efforts meeting SDG goals, and Turkey's role on the global development agenda. And phase 2 is a brilliant example of this understanding, and a development project from Turkey extending its boundaries of our country and reaching to Uganda and Bangladesh. It's very exciting, and it's a great example of collective effort and work. And you know, all the partners also knows about this. This whole thing also started with Ambassador Mustafa Turan's work, and then the UNDP, our deputy minister's work, and you know, it's just become the energy around the project has been incredibly high, and I'm sure that we're going to experience that. And this is something we definitely need in this crazy, more and more in this post-pandemic period. We need energy, I think, among all the countries, and this, I think, project will prove that. Distinguished participants, I do represent private sector, as Başak Hanım said, and the last year in the first pilot phase of the project, as Limak and SDGia, we were the first companies who joined the forces with the partner institutions. And with phase 2 is more challenging and holding great possibility to be boosted with the support, know-how, and the perspectives of the private sector. We have been in search to formulate the most effective way to contribute to the project. And now we have agreed with TBV, the Turkish Informatics Foundation, in the formation of a private sector task force that would facilitate the Turkish private sector's involvement in the project. And this will be an incubation by itself, and being one of the long-standing and government bodies in Turkey with the main objective to accelerate the process of transforming Turkey into an information society. This task force, to be established, will contribute to the future of the project as best as it's possible, and also will establish a necessary system for successful knowledge transfer from the project team. Just to give you a short update, next on calendar is the work on the task force roadmap, the timetable, and the working principles. And we are working on these items right now. And as always, we are very open to any suggestion and to any contribution. And having said that, I'd like to thank you to all the partners of the second phase, especially the Turkish Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Gülseren Hanım, our Deputy Minister, our Ambassador, ministries in Uganda and Bangladesh, whom I was very happy to listen to. UNDP Turkey team, we have been working a lot on this project since the beginning. UNDP representatives in both countries, UN Technology Bank, and of course, the amazing team, the people we don't see much, but they're always there behind the scene. I do wish all the teams good luck for today and on your presentations. And as always, as the representatives of the Turkish private sector, we stand ready and more happy to further work on the project in the upcoming period. And I'm very excited right now to listen to Nazım Salur, who is the Turcon, the second unicorn, who's very ambitious. I do know him personally, and I hope that it will give us a lot of aspiration. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Özdemir. We are excited too. Thank you so much. And that brings us to the end of our opening remarks. And I'd like to thank to all of the partners once more for their remarkable words. Thank you. Now, it's time to hear from prior experiences. We are excited to hear about the experiences of our keynote speaker, Mr. Salur. The floor is yours, Mr. Salur.
Good morning and good afternoon to all honorable ministers, ambassadors, and dear guests. I'm not too much used to speaking formally. So in the startup world, if I speak too candidly, please excuse me from the start. So thank you for inviting me to this meeting. The experience I would like to share is this. In today's world, there's a big migration from all industries to digital. This migration started some 20 years ago when in the first internet phase, where we started buying books online, reserving.
I think we have a connection
at the time, and we saw that during this migration, some sectors migrated pretty fast, and more than like 80% is done. Like if you're doing airplane tickets, more than 80% is now sold online. And then migration continued. Everything started to be sold online, and groceries was sold online, but it was pretty much next day until we founded Getir. So Getir's idea came out. Let me, not everybody knows about Getir. Let me tell you what Getir is. Getir is a mobile app where you can order 1,500 different items of groceries, and you will have it at your door in about 10 minutes. Getir is the fastest grocery retailer in the world. And we founded Getir, when we founded Getir at 2015, the fastest deliveries were at the time 1 to 2 hours in select cities around the world, done by Amazon. And we put the bar so high, we put 10 minutes at the time as our goal. And from day one, we were doing 10 minutes. How we did 10 minutes is through mobile technology. This mobile technology today gives us such an opportunity all around the world, in all countries. Without knowing, everybody who uses a smartphone is actually using a computer. Today's smartphones are not phones, actually. They are small computers where sometimes we also talk. In Germany, they did a study among young people, and they saw that the young people touch their phones 200 times, and they only talk 3 times a day. So, 98.5% of the time, people are not talking on the phone, but doing other things, messaging, looking at stuff, ordering something, reading something, watching something, and you name it. I mean, pretty much everybody now has a smartphone, and smartphones capabilities increased during the years, prices went down, and all around the world, now people have access to smartphones. This created a huge opportunity for especially developing countries, I think, because now with the smartphones, you already have the computers in everybody's pockets. You don't need everybody to go buy another computer set. Of course, people who can afford, they also have computer sets and the phones and the iPads and so forth. But this is such a big revolution, I think, and it is giving so many chances for entrepreneurs and so much convenience for all peoples of the world, this digital revolution that is taking place at the moment. And let me tell you this, this is going to give so much chance to the developing nations entrepreneurs to catch up with the more developed world, because if they invest in mobile technologies and services that are done through mobile technologies, they still have chances to catch up with the developed part of the world. And Getir is a good example of this. Let me tell you how. I mean, if in today's world you want to have a new car brand, I mean, you have to invest not only in a car factory, but branding for 20 years, billions and billions of dollars. Or if you want to go into manufacturing aircraft, that's a duopoly, pretty much. Boeing and Airbus has taken the market. How are you going to survive there? Or in chemical industries, very developed. I mean, coming up and having a place in the world in these industries are going to take huge investments and so many years to do. But on the other hand, with mobile technologies, you can have a smart idea that nobody has done before. And just because you can reach millions of people through an app, you're suddenly, with the right idea, millions of people can become your customers in a matter of months to years. This was never possible in the world before. This is now possible through mobile technology. And we don't have to wait. And for the developing nations, let me tell you this, coming up with a new idea is great, but also cloning the already existing ideas work. I mean, my first startup is BTaxi, is the taxi hailing app of Turkey. And I started that 8 years ago. When I started that in the developed part of the world, there were a couple apps that I could go look at and be inspired from. And then I did the Turkish version according to Turkey's laws and Turkey's customs. So it was inspired from others, but then it was customized for the local market. So this is a good also way to start businesses. Look at what's happening around the world. And if that is not happening in your country, then that's a good way to start. If you have an idea that nobody does, so much better. I mean, Getir, luckily, was an idea nobody else did in 2015. And I came up with the idea. We were able to give taxis in 3 minutes in Istanbul. And suddenly I said, okay, this is done. We're successful. And getting rides in taxis is one need. People have many other needs. Why don't I give the opportunity to people to bring them stuff, what they need 24/7 in 15 minutes? Because the mobile technology enables this, actually. With the phones, we tech companies, if you give access to us, we know where you are. You don't even have to put an address when you're ordering. And if you give access to a payment method, then we can take your money. We don't need cash. And through navigation technologies, we know exactly where to send our people so they don't get lost. We know through technology how much inventory we should carry, how to plan the day. With machine learning and AI technologies, we plan everything so the waste is very little. Our wastage in our grocery business is much less than offline supermarket chains that have been around for more than 50 years. Because through technology, this is doable. So to give you a few more notes on this, many entrepreneurs think most of the stuff is already done. I beg to differ. If we look to the future for 20 years from now and go 20 years to the future and look at today, I think only 5% of is done. 95% is waiting to be done. There's always room for new ideas, new services, new businesses. This migration is going to continue heavily, and it's going to accelerate all around the world to all industries, and it's going to take at least 20 years. Let me give you an example from banking. Okay, ATMs, banking was, when I was a kid, you had to go to a branch to do everything. There was no ATM, no internet. And then ATMs came into our lives maybe some 30 years ago or more. So we didn't need to go to the bank. Well, we still needed to go to the ATM. So with just one ATM, the bank was nearer to you. So that was a revolution in its kind. And then came the internet. Some 25 years ago, we started getting banks in our room on the computer screen. So just a few people started using. Now, the young people, most young people, they hate to go to the bank branch. They never go unless they have to sign something or whatever. They do everything not through the computer, through their phones. Okay, they can send money, get money, there's salaries there, you know, everything they can do over the phone, they prefer to do it over the phone. But look, still bank branches exist, okay? So after 30 some years of ATMs and 20 some years of internet, they coexist. Still bank branches are there. So the migration there is not complete. And it started some 30 years ago. And the migration, for example, in groceries has just started going digital. And this is going to continue some 20 years at least. And after 20 years, not all groceries are going to be sold online either. You know, there will be still grocery stores, some bakkals, we say, supermarkets and small shops, because some people still want to go to the store and want to touch the apple and the orange and talk to the cashier. This is going to continue. We're going to coexist. But more and more of the business is going to be done digitally. And this will be true for all industries. All, I mean. So the game is, in a way, just starting. It looks like we're halfway past the game. No, I mean, like in a 90-minute game, when at the 5th minute, actually, we're not going to the end. So the opportunities are immense, and mobile businesses can be started. One other good thing is with smaller amounts early, and then more amounts are needed going forward if they're successful. But the seed investments, angel rounds, this can be funded easily. And I would like to offer something to the distinguished guests here who are listening. The best here is not government programs. All government programs trying to support startups are with good intention. But the fact of the matter is, the less government in this business, the better for startups. The best way to do this is fund the funds, okay? Have small VCs, angel institutions, and as governments, if you can fund these people who made money, who were successful entrepreneurs in startups before, these people are best decision makers to invest in new startups rather than, you know, professors of universities, this and that. I have great respect for professors and bureaucrats and so forth, but this is the startup area is a crazy business area. It doesn't have a common logic, actually. It's investing in startups is not science. It's more of an art. You have to feel, you know, some young kid comes with a crazy idea, and normally the risks are very high. Nobody would like to invest anything in it, but one VC, one angel investor, sees a spark there, puts some money, gives life to that startup, and then that startup 5 years later may be $1 billion startup. And the crazier the idea, actually, the more chances of becoming a great success story. So I humbly advise you to do it through VCs and angel associations rather than directly. And the future gives a great chance for all the developing nations to catch up with the more developed part of the world, rather than, I mean, previously it would have taken maybe 50 to 100 years to catch up. Now maybe we can catch up in 15, 20 years. The distance has shrunk, the catch-up distance through technology today. And, you know, I can talk for hours on this, but how am I doing with time? Should I stop here?
No, we can listen to you.
Okay.
We can continue.
So, are there going to be questions? Should I give some time for that?
We want to pose questions if it's okay for you.
Okay, let's do that.
There is one here, and our participants, you can use Q&A session for your questions. Please write. First question, Mr. Salur, how much chance factors, in your opinion, involve when starting a company with a promising idea?
Oh, in Turkish, kısmet is the word. Okay, and I think that word is known in other parts of the world. Kısmet chance plays a role, definitely, because timing-wise, you don't know, it may be a good idea, but is it the right timing? Are people ready to use your service or product? How many competitors are you going to have at the time? You don't know that. When you go out there, you don't know how many others are there. And the crazier the idea, the more the unknowns are. So chance plays a role, but you can never succeed just by chance. There needs to be a lot of You need to have a lot of smart people, hardworking people, doing the best they can, and then you need chance also. But first, you need a good idea with hardworking people. Just by chance, it's not going to happen.
Okay, another question from Anu Bardvaj. Are you investing in early stage startups outside of Turkey? And if so, how do we reach you? Any specific areas of interest? Fintech, deep tech?
At the moment, I'm not an investor. I'm still an entrepreneur raising money for my business. But in the coming years, maybe I will have some funds to invest. And gladly, I will invest both in Turkey and other parts of the world. But I need a couple of years for that, not at the moment.
You're on mute, Başak Hanım.
Can you hear me now? Another
Yes.
question. Most CEOs have difficulty managing a single company. What are your recommendations for managing two successful companies at the same time?
Well, the first company I'm not managing at the moment. We have a young CEO who's managing it. I give very little time to that. So after, it's like a kid. You have to manage your kid when he's younger, but then when he grows, he can do on his own. So companies are the same. Once they grow and mature up, other people can manage them. And that's how it should be.
Okay, another question from Kapil Patil. Mr. Salur, many thanks for sharing your experiences and wisdom or thoughts on future of cryptocurrency and acceptance among developing or emerging nations.
Oh, cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
is a subject I would not like to comment on. I have mixed feelings about that. On one hand, it's a great idea. On the other, how it's played out, I see a lot of people losing money, playing this like they're playing in a casino, and that's not what it should be about, actually. But having digital currencies that can, that you can use all around the globe is a very good idea. So I'm watching closely how this will play out, but I'm not a player in the cryptocurrencies.
Okay, thank you so much. Another question. Hi, this is Bipasha from Shujok, Bangladesh. What is your opinion of the bottom of the pyramid population as a market to bring out the next unicorn?
Could you repeat that, please?
Yeah. What is your opinion of the bottom of the pyramid population as a market to bring out the next unicorn?
I didn't quite understand what he's really asking. I mean, as the bottom of the pyramid, is it like
population?
I mean, like bottom of, if he means bottom of the population, where the masses are, like middle to lower income people, and
yes, in terms of income,
yes.
Mr. Salur.
Yeah, in terms of income. Look, even the bottom of the population today in many countries have access to smartphones. That's what my knowledge tells me. Maybe not so much in some countries, but in most developing countries, the numbers I look at tell me that. And the others who don't have access will have access in the coming years and decades. Everybody will have access to these smartphones. So if somebody has a smartphone, actually commerce-wise, they are on the street. Let's think of it this way. The most rent you pay in a city is where the most common street with the most people are, right? The rents are very high there. And so opening up a business, an app in the app store of your country enables you actually to be on the busiest street of that country. You have immediate access to millions of customers, okay? So whether it's the bottom of the pyramid, middle of the pyramid, basic needs are basic needs. People have needs, okay? They're gonna consume stuff. They have also emotional needs. They have entertainment needs. They have other needs. So I believe if you do a business online, it's better to do it for the masses rather than for the upper middle income and upper income levels, because you don't have too many people there. Our business Get Here has millions and millions of customers, and we don't only serve the upper income levels, we serve all income levels in Turkey. From the statistics, we can see that, because everybody wants to be treated nicely. And okay, if they have less income, they will use you less frequently, but they still will use you. It's like Coca-Cola, okay? The rich can drink Coca-Cola anytime. The middle income people drink it, and the lower income people drink it too. They don't drink it that often, but it's something everybody can consume. And that's part of the success of that brand. And I advise you to, if you're going to start a business, to do it for the masses.
Okay, another one. Requesting your suggestions for serving consumers who are not digital yet, for example, farmers in developing countries.
This is a very good idea, but the advice I will give there is do everything visually. So, I mean, make it so simple that a 5-year-old and a 75-year-old can use your app, okay? So that's the rule of thumb. A 5-year-old who's not going to school should be able to use your app. A 75-year-old, let's say 75-year-old who doesn't know how to read and write, even that person should be able to use your app, okay? And this is very doable with digital, because the first things we do in life, we start touching. Before we talk, we start touching, okay? And these smartphones and the iPads and so forth, tablets, do it with the first instinct, touching and seeing and touching. So use that rather than a lot of words and sentences, and make your app as with the least bureaucracy possible, okay? The least. Make the entry to your app very simple. Don't ask too many questions. Just invite them. Just like if you have a shop on the street and you want somebody coming in, do you ask his name? Do you ask his father's name? What year he was born? Where is he from? You don't care. You say, come on in. Okay, do the same with the app. Don't ask questions. Let them in. Let them experience your app. You will ask the questions when they're shopping, not before, okay?
Okay. Another one, and the last one. To be successful, should entrepreneurs be concerned about the impact they will create on society and nature as much as they care for their profit?
This is a good question. Technology companies, at least most of them I know, are trying to be good citizens with the environment and society. But as they get bigger and bigger, we may see some going the other way. But, you know, Tech people are visionaries, most tech people. And I advise the person who's asking this, if he or she starts something and it goes big, to be respectful to the society and the world. And that's how we try to do our business. For example, we're trying to work on electric scooters and electrify all our fleet so that we don't have carbon emissions in big cities. And we're working on different vehicle models that will consume less energy, and the way we operate, actually, you as a family, instead of going out for shopping, several people, we bring it to you with one person on a motorbike, less carbon emissions, and we create less traffic. So we have a small touch to the cities that we create less. Although we seem to create traffic, we cause someone else not to go to the store, so we decrease traffic there. And tech companies should be good companies first, not, being good matters. Success should come second. That's what we tell to all our people when we hire them. We want good people because we're a good company and we want to stay a good company. And thanks for listening to me.
Okay, thank you. This last question and this good question was from Ambassador Mr. Turan. Mr. Turan, thank you so much for this question. And thank you very much for your kindness and explanations, Mr. Salur. I believe all the entrepreneurs who are with us today found something similar about their own experiences and a lot of inspiration. Thank you so much again. And now I would like to leave the floor to the SDGia Accelerator leads, Ms. Ece İdil Kasap and Mr. Mehmet Ünsal, where they will be sharing the pre-acceleration program progress. Then we will hear from the real-time players of the game, the financial inclusion cohort from Bangladesh and digital agriculture cohort from Uganda. Pre-acceleration teams will present their innovative solutions. I hope you will enjoy hearing unique ideas coming from all around the world. And sincere thanks for involving me in such an inspiring and encouraging program that enables impact creation for the people at the bottom of the pyramid. Thank you so much. And Mr. Kasap and Ms. Kasap and Mr. Ünsal, the floor is yours.
Thanks a lot, Ms. Başak, for your moderation. I'm so happy to be here with you today. Being part of the second program of SDG Impact Accelerator has been an honor for me since the beginning. For me, 3 words that describe the SDGia are global, impact, and partnership. Being a global call, we have received over 1,000 applications from 74 countries, and it has been a tough job for our evaluation committees to choose among the high-quality applications. Our selected impact startups in financial inclusion for Bangladesh and digital agriculture for Uganda cohorts have gone through our pre-acceleration program, which has been enriched with many mentor meetups. We would like to thank our mentors for their continuous support. Today is the end of our pre-acceleration program. Following our pitch day, 5 teams will be selected for the acceleration program of each cohort. The selected teams will be working on their business models, impact potential, and local implementation plans with our global mentors. Our end goal is to select 1 or 2 teams for each cohort for implementation phase and support them to implement their solutions in Bangladesh and Uganda, backed with our strong partnership structure. Mehmet, I would like to give the floor to you to continue about what we have been going through.
Thank you, Ece. So I'd like to talk about what sets SDG Impact Accelerator apart from most accelerators programs around the world. The name partly says it. We have both SDGs and impact in it. And hearing one feedback from one of our teams, It is refreshing to see all the people, including the speakers and mentors, talking and focusing about SDGs and impact. We do not have to explain ourselves why we're trying to create an impact. It is already assumed and expected here, to paraphrase one of our co-founders. Like all accelerators, we're focusing on the commercial success of our teams, but how they do it and what impact they create is a crucial consideration for us. One other focus area for us is the implementation. That is to provide the necessary support to our teams for them to have successful implementation in our target countries. Our multi-stakeholder structure is one reason why we can do this. We're especially proud and grateful of the support of our partners in Bangladesh and Uganda as they're providing support to our teams. Their support will be indispensable as our teams are implementing their solutions. Another important consideration for us is to make sure this program is a collaboration rather than a competition. It's true that some of our teams will make it to the next phase in the program after the pitch day, but we do not call these teams winners, for instance, because as one of our co-founders said, they are all winners. And we focus on the collaboration and synergies between our teams, which I'm happy to say has already started. Our main focus areas this year were selected by the recommendation of our local partners based on what they thought was a priority in their countries. As you know, we have financial inclusion with focus on Bangladesh and digital agriculture for Uganda. Even though the immediate focus is on our partner countries, the goal is for these solutions of our teams to be applicable globally and scale to other countries in the near future. First, a few words on financial inclusion. The main beneficiaries of financial inclusion in Bangladesh would be unserved and underserved individuals, entrepreneurs, micro and small and medium enterprises, and financial institutions. Any income and savings increase arising from financial inclusion directly goes to healthcare, education, food, business, growth, and management of financial risk. Digital financial inclusion would lower transaction costs and commuting and waiting times for the general public. Financial inclusion also would potentially increase financial security, regulatory oversight, while reducing corruption and tax evasion. Finally, innovative products are especially needed in solutions to low-income consumer needs in Bangladesh. It was also mentioned by our Bangladeshi partners that under the financial inclusion topic, the following areas would be especially critical for the country. Better targeting of the potential beneficiaries of financial inclusion. As Honorable Minister Palak also mentioned, a cashless society through the use of mobile wallets, digital KYC, that is Know Your Customer system for SMEs, which would allow digital credit checking of companies, and women financial inclusion. With that, I'd like to move to introduce the financial inclusion teams whose videos you will see right now. We have 20 teams who will be pitching today from financial inclusion cohort. They come from 7 different countries, and 9 of them are from Bangladesh. 8 of the teams have female co-founders. 14 of the 20 teams have advanced products. 5 have minimum viable products, and 1 has a proof of concept. Half the teams have already raised investment, and all are looking for more investment currently. So to any investors out there. So just looking at the areas of these teams, we have 5 which are financing smallholder farmers, 4 focusing on alternative income, 3 on micro SME financing, financial literacy 2, microfinance platform 1, and the others are international money transfer for workers, peer-to-peer funding, access to health, access to affordable energy, and finally, financial services automation. And some keywords you will hear will be credit score, microfinancing, gig economy, KYC support, e-commerce, virtual financial advice, and agro advisory. So with that, we will now play the video of our financial inclusion teams. We hope that you will enjoy it. After that, we will be sharing more information about the digital agriculture cohort, and then we'll be sharing the pitches of our digital agriculture teams. Thank you.
Hi, this is Sifat from AgriThink. AgriThink is a platform that de-risks farmers and improves their access to finance.
Previously, I have co-founded another startup called ShopUp, which focused on increasing micro merchants' access to finance. Last year, ShopUp raised $25 million and currently caters to over 500,000 micro merchants. My co-founder Saqib had developed the credit algorithm for ShopUp. He has just completed his PhD from MIT Media Labs, and now we want to use our knowledge and experience to bring financing solutions for farmers. Farmers in Bangladesh borrow at a high interest rate of 25%, which not only eats into their margins, but the repayment pressure also forces them to sell the crops at the worst time, when supply is high and prices are low. AgriThink is partnering with wholesale buyers to prepay for the crops, which reduces the farmers' dependency on credit as well as their risk of making a loss. The prepayment solution is a stepping stone for us to earn the farmers' trust and respect. Millions of farmers in Bangladesh are using excessive chemical fertilizers and pesticides that have deeply negative impact on the environment. Although many NGO and government officials are warning them, farmers are often dismissive of their advice as they do not trust these stakeholders. As AgriThink helps farmers to improve their profit margins, farmers will also be more receptive to its advice and guidance. We will launch training modules that educate farmers about sustainable farming and also provide a marketplace through which they can easily procure the necessary seeds, fertilizers, and equipment required to do so. Financial products such as insurance can also be offered on the same platform. We envision AgriThink not just as a financial solution but a complete ecosystem for farmers. The financial sustainability of the platform will be ensured by charging commission on the sales of produce as well as inputs and other services sold through the platform. We have been operational for 2.5 months and have deployed agents in 8 markets to log prices of 53 crops on a daily basis. Going forward, we will use this data to forecast crop prices and facilitate pre-purchase of the crops from individual investors. Currently, we only have institutional buyers on our platform. Till date, 29 farmers have received funds of $5,000 through us and earned 13% more profits. In the next 11 months, we plan to grow the same model by 100 times and include 300 farmers. Such an ecosystem will help us achieve progress on several SDG fronts. First, the ecosystem will help to lift farmers out of poverty. Second, it will address market failures that result in food waste. Third, with controlled agriculture practices in place, the produce will be more nutritious and healthy. And finally, the sustainable agricultural practices will lead to lower usage of water and fertilizers and therefore benefit the environment.
Hello, my name is Steve Moima. I'm a co-founder at Agrica Ventures. We are a mobile B2C financial services provider enabling affordable access to finance and credit to millions of smallholder farmers through an embedded data mining and learning platform. Our service facilitates the socio-economic progress of our bottom-of-the-pyramid customers and contributes to the development of SDG 1, 5, and 8. Smallholder farmers experience long delays of between 1 and 3 months in receiving payments for commodities they supply to agri-processors. We are cutting down that period to enabling them to get payments in the same day of delivery of their commodities. So this is how we do it. We partner with agri-processors and embed our mobile lending payment service to their platforms. Registered farmers log into AgriCap app and apply to get advance payments or loans based on future payments of commodities they supply to agri-processors. Our platform mines the farmer's data and evaluates to determine how much the farmers qualify for. The money is then disbursed from AgriCap's B2C account to the farmer's mobile money wallet within minutes. At the end of the long term, the agri-processors will deduct the repayments from their farmers' payments and return it to AgriCap. AgriCap operates a transactional revenue model. We charge 5% interest and a transaction fee of $0.65 for every advance payment to the farmers. Our total revenues to date are $250,000, with a monthly average now $56,000. Our primary targets are smallholder farmers. There are over 23 million smallholder tea farmers across Africa, Middle East, and Asia who account for over 70% of the world's total tea production. The annual total addressable market is $27 billion. Our competition includes other mobile lenders such as Branch, Tala, and Okash, who charge high interest rates of up to 29% per transaction, while we charge an affordable 5%. Our team brings over 25 years agri-tech software development and fintech experience. I have a background in fintech. Charles, our CTO, and Michael, our apps manager, are software engineers and full-stack developers, while Kamau has a background in agri-value chain development. We plan to implement a solution in Bangladesh, where we target 300,000 smallholder tea farmers and tea estate workers in partnership with 18 tea factories operating in Panchgarh and Thakurgaon districts in northern Bangladesh, such as Karotoya and Tentolia tea factories. We look to form a joint venture company with one of our fellow financial inclusion cohorts based in Bangladesh that operate mobile financial services such as iFarmer and Nagad. We'll share the source code of our mobile application and integrate our software with Bcash to obtain a B2C mobile money wallet. We shall sign MOUs with the tea agri-processors to secure our repayments and embed our service with the tea agri-processors platforms to enable the farmers to access our financial service. In this, we shall also partner with UNDP, Bangladesh Tea Board, and Bangladesh Smallholder Tea Garden Owners Association. We seek $500,000 seed capital for owner lending to smallholder tea and milk farmers. Join us, and together we shall fulfill our mission to unlock finance and credit to millions of under-small tea holder farmers. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Sadia Mateen, co-founder and CMO of BeshiDeshi. With more than 21,000 products in 200 categories, BeshiDeshi is the biggest online marketplace for made in Bangladesh products. Founded in 2018, BeshiDeshi is based in Bangladesh and is currently working towards creating enough demand and supply for Bangladeshi products to support the local artisans. One such local artisan that we work with is Nasima, a single mother and a jute weaver. Nasima fell into financial crisis back in 2019 when suddenly her husband, who used to take care of the business, passed away. After his demise, she was not only clueless about how to run the business, but due to involvement of multiple intermediaries, she was getting a negligible amount for her products. She was on the verge of closing down her business when we enlisted her as one of our suppliers. We not only supported her with digital marketplace and business knowledge, but also ensured fair prices by cutting down the number of intermediaries. Currently, she is earning more than $600 per month through us and running the business on her own. This is the story of majority of our artisans. With BeshiDeshi, we are addressing two main problems: lack of business extendability support for the artisans and the problem of availability of one single digital platform for the customers to explore the vast category of local products. Our solution is an all-inclusive one. In addition to digital marketplace, we facilitate our suppliers with digital marketing support, technical and business know-how, working capital loans, product photography, packaging and delivery support, and lastly, fair prices for the products. For the customers, we offer the biggest collection at best prices. We are currently supporting more than 450 artisans. 75% of them are women who comes from very underprivileged community and earning around $580 per month through us. In the next 5 years, the total impact which we can create through BeshiDeshi is projected to be more than 170 million USD. In terms of our business traction, we have more than 120K registered customers, 15% month-on-month growth on online sales, and during COVID, our total revenue grew 3 times. We are currently looking at a potential e-commerce market size of 4,459 million USD by 2025. Our target is to capture at least 5% of that market share by 2025. Compared to the competition, we are not only operating with the biggest range, but also offering the best prices. We have 18-member team in BeshiDeshi. Our CEO and co-founder Zishan comes with 15 plus years of experience in financial sector and entrepreneurial venture. We have 2-member advisory team with vast experience in startup and greenfield projects. We were one of the top 5 winners of She Loves Tech chapter in 2020 and have already received accolades from local leading dailies for supporting Bangladeshi products and artisans. We are seeking USD 125 million against 15% of our equity. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Subroto Kumar. I'm founder and CEO of Bhalo Social Enterprises, which is a marketplace for agri-inputs and services in Bangladesh. Agriculture in Bangladesh faces a number of challenges: population growth, climate change, shrinking land, low productivity, and lack of efficiency. The reason being, more than 80% of the farmers in Bangladesh are smallholders. Millions of farmers in Bangladesh need access to high-quality agricultural inputs to improve their productivity as well as their income. The problem is that these farmers are not able to access high-quality inputs because of limited availability, low awareness, and lack of access to credit facility. Companies, on the other hand, find it difficult to reach this segment because of higher cost of sales and distribution, higher cost of promotion and advisory, and credit recovery. The distributors and retailers in between have very limited incentive to sell high-quality agri-inputs to farmers They also have limited capacity to provide advisory and extend credit facility to the farmers. This is where we come in. We provide high quality agricultural inputs along with credit facility and farming advisory, as well as farming services to the farmers. And we charge differently for offering these services. Here is our business model. We essentially connect the input companies with the farmers by using technology, logistics hubs, and last mile agents. So we provide agricultural inputs, technology, training, and advisory to the working capital to our agents, and they then provide agri inputs, credit facility, farming services, and advisory to the farmers. We also see a growing demand from the retailers for us to supply them with high quality agricultural inputs, where they can benefit from easy ordering, on-demand delivery, training, and credit facility. Considering a $600 spend on agri inputs and services, this represents an $8 billion market opportunity in Bangladesh. We have started in 2019 April, and until date, we have served 1,500 farmers and 25 retailers. We have clocked a revenue of $200,000, and within the next 1 year, we want to serve 400 retailers and 5,000 farmers and clock a revenue of $700,000. Our key partners, ACI, Godrej, and Renata, they have witnessed a 5x growth in agri input sales in the regions where we are working. Our farmers have benefited from 2x increase in income, and we are hitting a number of SDGs because of our work. Our only competitor in Bangladesh is iFarmer, who are focusing on the cash financing side, and they are providing additional services, where our focus is providing agricultural inputs, credit facility, and farming advisory to our farmers. There are examples in AgroStar and Tehat in India, which have gone to scale. This is our team. Myself, I have 10 years of experience in agriculture and financial services and 5 years experience in advertising and sales. My colleague, Mridul Chaudhary, who has 20 years of experience in the technology business. We have partnered with leading market players in Bangladesh, and we're fast expanding our partnership base. We are asking for $40,000 from SDGia for B2B market expansion between July to October, and we'll be utilizing this money for tech optimization, team setup, agent setup, customer acquisition, and sales and marketing. We look forward to hear from you. Thank you.
Micro and small businesses are lifeline of any economy. These businesses have scant formal evidence of income and no imprint on credit bureau. But they want to meet planned and unplanned needs for business, personal needs such as owning home, accessing life necessities, and securing future of family. At Fundfina, our mission is to provide access to affordable finance, markets, and technology to small businesses. We have built innovative ways of finding volatility patterns in cash flows that help us give pre-approved offers and instant renewals. Our data and API-led marketplace banking platform securely enables on-demand financing while also providing access to appropriate savings, insurance, inventory management, and e-commerce products for other needs. We believe that any company can offer credit products by embedding our APIs and indices within existing retailer management journey based on various needs of the merchants. Since 2018, a plethora of financial institutions, research institutes, and investors worldwide have powered Fundfina to touch lives of millions of businesses by partnering with digital enterprises. Come collaborate with Fundfina and create opportunities for micro and small businesses. Fundfina, empowering small businesses, one API call at a time.
And the team that is building Fundfina has a cumulative experience of over 100 years from diversified field of data, credit, technology, and institutional sales. From across the globe, London, Houston, Mumbai, and hopefully soon in Dhaka. As proven in India, we will embed our offerings with enterprise partners such as Surecast and Nagar on the demand side, and BRAC and Siddha Foundation on the supply side. The micro merchants earn more, improve creditworthiness while dealing with a trusted partner. The enterprise partner increase the turnover while improving retailer stickiness. Lenders participate in massively underserved segment at optimum risk-return profile. Our proof of concept in Bangladesh is already initiated. We have in-principle agreement with an MFS to use merchants' transaction data to generate cash flow credit scores and loan offers on the MFS's mobile app or wallet. We plan to undertake one cycle of 500 loans targeting under 5% NPA. Where we need help is to identify lenders to participate in the POC, posting default guarantees, finding sponsors from the regulator, and solving for eKYC and digital collections processes. Impact of such models will be exponential with 100,000 yearly loans from one MFS alone. It will also form the template for addressing 170 million USD yearly credit gap. Thanks for listening.
Hello everyone, my name is Likhun. I'm the co-founder and CEO at HelloTask. So HelloTask is the #1 domestic helper sourcing platform in Bangladesh. There are 10 million domestic helpers working in our country, but if you look at their life, they're pretty miserable. Their monthly income is less than $70, and on 47% cases, they get abused at the workplace. But on the other hand, if you want to source a domestic helper, it will take more than 7 days through a social relationship or word of mouth. And the helper you will hire is neither reliable nor skilled. So to solve this problem, we built an Uber-like platform that connects the nearest verified domestic helpers to users within 5 minutes. And it has a revolutionary impact because on our platform, a $70 earning domestic helper can earn more than $200 being skilled. So there are 1,200 domestic helpers working on our platform against a huge customer base of 50,000. And we have made a $100,000 of sales so far. But to solve the problem of supply, we made partnership with Oxfam and BRAC, and these two organizations are providing training and supply of 16,000 domestic helpers. So there are 55 million households who employ domestic helpers on a monthly basis in our country, and this is a $4 billion market, and we want to grab around 500,000 of households within 2023, and that will help us generate a $300 million of sales. And our business model is 20% commission on every single transaction. So there are few service marketplaces work in our country, but we are the only caregiver provider at scale. So we are the winning team because I have the experience working with the NGO sector, working with the unprivileged poor community, especially the domestic helpers. And my brother is a digital marketing expert and a tech guy. So together we have raised a $355,000. And at this round, we are raising $150,000. So with this money, we'll expand our service to all over Dhaka City with 5,000 of active domestic helpers, and that will help generate a $400,000 of revenue by the end of this year. So come join us and help digitize the care economy in Bangladesh through HelloTask. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Fahad. I'm the CEO and co-founder of iFarmer. iFarmer is an agri-fintech company based out of Bangladesh with a mission to democratize agriculture financing and supply chain in the country. Bangladesh is about 20 million smallholder farmers, and most of them face a three critical challenges that needs to be solved. First, they lack access to finance. 70% of farm financing comes from informal sources, or they come from microfinance. In both cases, farmers end up paying a high interest rate, and also the repayment structure is not favorable to the farmers. Second, because of lack of access to finance, the farmers don't really invest in high quality agriculture inputs, seed, pesticide, fertilizer, and so on. And lastly, when it comes to selling their produce, farmers have to rely on 3, 4, up to 6 layers of middlemen to sell their produce. According to a recent ADB survey, farmers lose up to 50% of their revenue because they have to rely on these multiple layers of middlemen to sell their produce. iFarmer offers 3 critical services to the farmers. First, we offer them access to finance by connecting them with individual and institutional funders. These institutional and individual funders invest in our portfolio, and the money is then channeled to the farmers according to their needs and according to their requirements. Secondly, iFarmer offers last mile delivery of high quality agriculture inputs and also offers timely advisory services using satellite and IoT based remote sensing. And lastly, we aggregate all the farm produce from the farmers and sell it to the buyers. Our buyers are mostly online groceries, super shops, exporters, processing companies, and wholesale markets. We started in December 2018 with only 50 farmers, and currently we are working with more than 8,000 farmers and have facilitated $4.5 million in farm and input financing. We are earning a revenue of $218,000 over the last 6 months on a monthly basis, and in December in 2020 we have crossed $1 million in annual revenue. Till date, we have raised $700,000 in seed funding, and we are currently looking for $2 million in a pre-series A, which will help us to reach to 500,000 farmers by 2024 and generate an annual revenue of $50 million. I have worked almost 10 years in agriculture and rural economy. I've worked with organizations like the World Bank, CARE, Swiss Contact, and so on. And my co-founder, Jamil, who comes from a tech background. Combined, we have a team of about 40 people with a combined experience of more than 50 years in agriculture, finance, and technology.
Hi, I'm Julien, one of the co-founders of Tracali, a SaaS technology provider enabling financial inclusion. We are a team of seasoned professionals, expert in financial inclusion, international business, and technology. We all have prior experience in entrepreneurship. We've worked with dozens of financial institutions on 5 continents, helping them solve their challenges. There are 3 billion people lacking access to formal financial services, predominantly women, rural inhabitants, micro-entrepreneurs, and vulnerable populations. Digital finance could address those needs, but most established financial service providers lack of adequate technology to serve efficiently the underbanked. Projects are endless, complex, and prohibitive. Tracali is a cloud platform simplifying the life of financial institutions. We assist them with the digitization of data collection and business processes so that they can get rid of pen and paper and automate valueless tasks. We do that real fast, with most projects taking only a few weeks. All of that comes with a no-nonsense pricing based on subscription. Thanks to Tracali, microfinance institutions could keep a lifeline with their clients during the pandemic, offering them much-needed financial services. They could adapt quickly to the situation and forecast the impact of the crisis. We started Tracali in 2019, and we are proud to be trusted by the 3 largest Europe-based microfinance networks. We are currently working with their affiliates in 12 countries in Africa and Asia. Bangladesh is the cradle of modern microfinance, with some of the largest players in the world, but it has also hundreds of smaller operators, all serving specific customer niches or areas. In alignment with its Vision 2021 and the SDGia agenda, the country is currently implementing an electronic KYC registry. Most of those smaller institutions will struggle to digitize quickly enough and take advantage of this innovation. That's why we believe it's very timely for Tracali to enter Bangladesh now and work with them. Thanks to SDGia, we got to network and meet fellow startups. Quickly, we identified synergies with Microfinance AI. They offer a localized, customer-friendly interface, perfectly fit to integrate our platform, so that financial service providers can make the most of it. Complementarity goes beyond technology, and we also have a strong vision alignment. We are convinced we can together significantly contribute to the financial inclusion in Bangladesh first and then beyond. Our ambitions are global, and Tracali is currently seeking investment in order to empower 800 financial institutions, serving better 20 million end clients by 2025. Will you join us?
Hi, my name is Shubhadeep. I'm a co-founder at My Happy Nation, a 100% SDG focused impact brand that we are creating at Juby.ai. Most of us, the co-founders, come from a financial services product and technology background. Our Eureka moment was 2020 with what we saw of COVID and the deep fragilities that it exposed of the world. The deep amount of mismatch, the gross unpreparedness that remains in our societies, communities, and people to respond to large-scale, uncertain, shocking events such as these, that is what accelerated our journey to the truth, the answer to our big why. Currently, our impact thesis is that impact is everyone's business, and we want to be deploying what's proprietary to us, what we've been building since quite some time now, an intersection of domain-focused conversational artificial intelligence and what we call as grassroots first consumer behavior technology. To be solving this problem that we first-hand experienced, this gross unpreparedness that remain, our target audience is millions of underserved, lower and middle income group families, largely in Asia and Africa. Broad themes that we're working on are financial planning, livelihoods, and family planning, where I'm happy to report that in the last 12 months we've received very interesting paid support from large international foundations such as USAID, that's the US government's aid arm, the Reckitt Foundation, PSI, Howard Delafield, and about 10 plus financial service institutes in India, most of them market leaders, listed companies such as Nippon, Mahindra, the Tata Group, IDFC, UTI, etc. In the process, we have 100% vernacular first that works in Bangla or Bengali too, 100% automated AI-based financial advisor, which can really take people from what we call as awareness to acquisition, and in the process, in partnership with financial services institutions, cut about 90% of current cost of serving the underserved population when it comes to reaching out to them, establishing liking, establishing trust, communicating, conversing, personalizing, customizing, and finally getting them under the holds of formal financial services, including credit, insurance, and investment. We are really looking forward to extending our current product and our current model of partnership, which is partnering with existing B2B2C financial service institutes, even in Bangladesh, both large and small, and doing our part in the upliftment and betterment of the future Bangladesh and the future world. Joy Bangla, may all of us be of service to the planet. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sanjil Khurud. I'm the founder and CEO of CapitalWise. We are a New York-based technology platform that is providing financial institutions with a set of tools to help their customers achieve their financial goals. As we all know, keeping up with the consumers' financial events and personal events is always a challenge for the financial institutions, which in fact impact their ability to provide the right financial advices and provide the right financial recommendations to their customers. And the lack of providing the right content and lack of the aggregated view of their customers is always a challenge for the financial institutions. So we built CapitalWise, which is a platform, which is a no-code platform. That means the financial institutions doesn't need to provide any IT resources to implement CapitalWise. So we built CapitalWise, which is a combination of AI, analytics, pre-built templates, pre-built financial wellness tools to improve the end customer's financial wellness for the financial institutions. We also provide a pre-built marketing templates, email templates, and the tools to engage the customers, financial institutions' customers at the right time. These are the few of the tools that we provide on the financial wellness side. We have smart goals, which recommends the right financial goals at the right time, depending on where the customer stands financially today. We also have cash flow predictions and nudges to nudge consumers to achieve a specific financial goal. We have micro investing tools, financial wellness calculators that help the end customers improve their financial wellness through their primary banking partner. So our business model is straightforward. We have a SaaS-based pricing. In the US, we have a different pricing, but for international market, we have different pricing. But it's a usage-based pricing, which starts with an initial implementation fee. A few of the competitors in this market, we are entirely different from our competitors because we are the only no-code platform that is providing a financial wellness toolkit for the banks and wealth management firms across the globe. A few of our current partnership, we are partnered with Standard Chartered Bank in one of the Asia market. We work with one of the top 3 banks in the US, and we have partnership with banking associations, a few of the core technology providers on the bank. As I mentioned, the team is based out of New York. The management team is based out of New York. We are a total 14 people team. We have development offices outside of US in India and also in Canada. Thanks for the opportunity, and looking forward to continue the conversation with you.
Hi, I'm Scott Solandi DeFore, one of the co-founders of LiquidStar. LiquidStar is the Robinhood meets Uber of electricity. We use the mining of Bitcoin and minting of carbon credit NFTs to increase electricity access, enabling customers to pick up or have electricity delivered to them for various use cases. LiquidStar promotes financial inclusion by rewarding end users with a percentage of the carbon credits they generate. Currently in 2021, there are almost 1 billion people that don't have access to electricity, resulting in 3.8 million premature deaths and 115 million tons of CO2 released into the atmosphere. We believe that this status quo is unacceptable. The problem exists because the return on current off-grid projects is negative. Those returns are negative because it's expensive to build, maintain, and operate off-grid infrastructure. The result is people in emerging economies get their energy from sources that cause both air and noise pollution, negatively impacts their health, is unreliable, and to top it all off, they pay more than we pay here in the United States. Our solution is to use an energy balance algorithm to maximize the return on renewable off-grid energy infrastructure by smartly choosing how energy is divided between battery rentals, e-moto charging, and water pumping and purification. We can then create more profitable use cases for electricity, giving the end users of our platform in Bangladesh a percentage of the carbon credits as a rebate. We do this by enabling remote-controlled electron wells via a dashboard that facilitates the management of the waypoint and regulates the end customer interactions of renting batteries and e-motos and purchasing water. Additionally, using our block pass identity protocol, we give end users a new form of digital identity while also promoting financial inclusion by returning a percentage of carbon credits to end users based on usage of our platform. Waypoints can be configured based on the needs and budgets of a local community. In Bangladesh, we are looking at 2 deployments. The first would be in a rural area with low electrification rates. For this, we'd like to work with the Ministry of Power, Energy, and Mineral Resources to support their renewable and electrification initiatives. In addition to being profitable, the impact of each deployment is power and water for up to 168 households, prevention of up to 30 premature deaths, and eliminating between 1.5 and 8.6 million pounds of CO2 from the atmosphere over a 10-year period. The second use case in Bangladesh would be an e-moto charging and clean water station in an urban setting. Using our e-moto designed with a 3D printing robotic deformation company, we would look to partner with platforms like Patal, Evoli, and Daras to use our bikes for delivery purposes. Our goal is to solve 10% of UN SDG 7, and that will require us to deploy 120,000 waypoints. The result of deploying those waypoints will be the prevention of 2 million premature deaths annually, removal of 1 trillion pounds of CO2, all while generating $5.5 billion in revenue annually. And we're looking for people that want to help us on our mission. Thanks so much for your time.
Hi, my name is Kapil. I'm the founder of microfinance.ai, where we're simplifying the microcredit business. So this is our team. We had a more than 25 years of experience with education spread across Europe to USA. And we know, we understand the market, we're having good network. At the same time, we're having a technical advisor who had built something and they're helping us to build technology we can sustain in a future as well. So this is a typical customer persona. Nusrat is a urban slum area resident. She is a recent smartphone user, required $1,000 a loan annually to run her micro business. At the same time, she gets this loan from the microfinance institution, which takes up to 10 days. And this physical nature of operation is leading to high cost of capital and time to serve. At the same time, emergency credit and micro insurance and investment product are out of reach for her. Conventional fintech platforms are not comfortable for her due to complexity of use. Where we comes in a picture, microfinance.ai is borrower-centric platform designed specifically for low literate and less tech-savvy borrowers. User need not to type while using the application. Application come with assistive UI, so step-wise voice-based navigation in a local language, biometric features for a login, transact offline through our platforms. Our application is also available in Bangla in anticipation to launch in Bangladesh. I'm happy to provide demo at the end of the presentation. Our current model is that we partner with a micro lending institution, help them to bring their borrower digital platform. And there are other avenues as well to in our B2 go-to-market strategy. We started research on our product in December 2019. We engaged with a micro lending institution, with a technology service provider, and come to conclusion on this product. We had seen tremendous positive result on our product. We are currently launching with 3 microfinance institutions in India with 300,000 borrowers, and we are hoping to reach 500,000 borrowers by end of December 2021. These are typical customer base. Almost 100% of our users are women. These people who trusted us. We are clearly aligned with the sustainable development goals. We have identified the indicators which are available through MIS, and we are happy to report these indicators to the impact measurement institutions. There are millions of microcredit borrowers like Nusrat who started using the smartphone technology, and she required this microcredit service on a digital platform with additional financial service. And we are here to help these millions of Nusrat who spread across India, Bangladesh, and India. We are dedicated seven people strong teams who understand the geography, who having equipped knowledge about Bangladesh. We are reaching out to the potential partner in Bangladesh, and with support of SDGia Accelerator, we definitely going to launch our product in Bangladesh. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Mehdi. I'm the founder of MyCash Money. MyCash Money is a startup that helps migrant workers. I'm a migrant myself. I'm from Bangladesh. I came to Malaysia in 2007 and started MyCash in 2016 to help Bangladeshi migrant workers. So why MyCash? Actually, there is 200 million migrant workers currently working in the world, and they send $750 billion. And according to statistics, 66% of them use non-banking channels, and 99% access internet through the smartphone. So we thought that that's the opportunity to help the migrant workers through a smartphone app, and we built MyCash Money using that concept. This is fully customized for the needs of the migrant workers, and it is available in their mother language. They can use it for send money home, buy insurance, buy mobile top-up, pay bills, buy a bus ticket, buy an airline ticket, and soon to apply microfinance loan for their families. Our main target is Bangladeshi migrant workers. 70% of our customers are Bangladeshis and 30% from India, Indonesia, and Nepal. We have actually did 1.7 million transactions last year, and this year we are hoping to do 3.8 million transactions. And our GMV was last year $22 million, and this year we hope to transact more than $108 million through our platform. And our unique selling point, we are the only app that helps migrant workers through digitalized channels, and it is fully available in their mother language. We have a multinational team, and we have 4 offices. We have an office in Singapore, Malaysia, Qatar, and Bangladesh. And our we have 24 full-time employees, and 60% of them are from Bangladesh. We hope to have at least 100 employees by end of next year. We have license in Malaysia, Singapore, and Qatar. We hope to get a microfinance license in Bangladesh soon. We are connected with the Western Union transfers and few banks in Bangladesh, and also some banks in Indonesia, Philippines, Nepal, and other countries. So we are doing this microfinance program for the Bangladeshi migrant workers who are staying their home, and they can actually apply for this loan for the female family member of their families to start a small business. We are hoping to give them to up to $2,000 in loans. Our effort was actually recognized by Singapore Finance Minister, Ms. Indrani Raja. We are the only app helps the Bangladeshi community. We are currently raising 1.2 million fund to bring our companies in the next level. Please join us and help us to grow. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, I'm Michael and I'm the founder and CEO of Pick Me Up. So at Pick Me Up, we are merging everyday personal needs into an easy-to-use digital platform for emerging markets. I'm excited to introduce you to Pick Me Up, and in the next few minutes, I will take you through our idea, operations, and how we plan to scale. Emerging markets lack scalable solutions for everyday consumer activities. There are over 1.7 billion people across the globe with jobs that do not have a bank account. As a result, these workers can only be paid by cash, which is costly, unsecured, and difficult to manage. They are also excluded from essential financial services such as paying bills, transferring money, and accessing on-demand services. So that's where we come in. With our technology, consumers will be able to save, access a range of on-demand services, and pay for daily essentials through one Pick Me Up app. This centralizes your expenses, making it easier for you to track and budget, while giving back value in terms of convenience, affordability, and variety. To launch in Bangladesh, we will obtain all necessary licenses from the government, get an office, hire staffs, and commence robust marketing campaigns with attractive pricing discounts to take our market share. Our target market, which is Bangladesh, has a large population with rapidly rising income that has recently come online. Our revenue model is very simple. Currently, Pick Me Up matches drivers with passengers and takes 15% commission on each transaction. We are evolving and will be further monetized through additional revenue streams. Long term, our platform will have impact on both the consumers and workers in the gig economy and small businesses. Consumers will have safe, convenient ways to access everyday services, while at the same time, helping gig workers have more transparency on how they work, have greater flexibility over their earnings, and also develop a financial history that they can use to access formal financial institutions. Now, we've had a lot of success to date. Currently, over 50,000 people rely on our app to move around their cities, and we have completed over 72,000 happy rides. All of these metrics have been achieved without funding. Now, imagine what we can do with your support. Our target competitors are Patal and Bcash. However, Pick Me Up will scale rapidly based on the strength of our products and our excellent customer service. The team and I have complementary experience in this space, and we know how to make 1 + 1 equal 3. We are raising $1.2 million that will go towards geographic expansion and product development. If you are an investor and our business and mission to digitize society resonates with you, let's have a conversation. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Faisal Islam and I am the co-founder of SAFE, an affordable emergency medical service provider for rural Bangladesh. In rural Bangladesh, 105 million people living in 68,000 villages are suffering and at times dying because of ambulance unavailability. They use local vehicles, which can be life-threatening for patients' transportation. To serve this entire population, Bangladesh has only 1,200 ambulances. That's one for 88,000 people. Traditionally, these ambulances are expensive and cannot reach the narrow village road. To solve this significant problem, we have started SafeWay, an affordable emergency medical service provider. We designed a low-cost ambulance that costs significantly less than the regular ambulance. And we give services within 20 minutes. At SafeWay, we provide two types of service. Number one is regular ambulance transportation, While we take the patient to the hospital, the shortest period, our second service is ambulance subscription package for hospitals, where we take the patient to their home from the hospitals. One safe wheel ambulance can earn a revenue of 810 USD in a month against the cost of 475. That gives us the break-even of that ambulance within 11 months only. Within the lifetime of 6 years, one safe wheel ambulance can generate enough profit to buy 5 more. If we look at the competitor comparison, SafeWheel fills the existing market gap of affordable and safer ambulance alternative. All of this is not just a concept anymore. We validated our ideas in 150 villages and served over 1,000 patients already. And recently, we launched our first 2 official ambulances that has been serving, helping people during this COVID COVID pandemic currently. Our plan is to launch 25 ambulances this year, and gradually in the next 5 years, we aspire to have 25 ambulances helping millions on the way. We have a passionate team who believes in this idea, wants to help the people in need, not only in Bangladesh, but beyond. We got recognized by national and international competitions, pitched our idea at the United Nations headquarters, and recently we got recognized by Commonwealth Youth Awards as well. Currently, we're raising $200,000 US, already raised 50,000, and have been shortlisted for a couple of grants as well. We want to grow as faster as possible and accelerate our impact. So help us move our wheels, help us save their lives.
Shadhin is the Bangla word for freedom. We are Shadhin FinTech, Bangladesh's first peer-to-peer funding platform, aiming to provide financial freedom to all Bangladeshis. My name is Shadman, and I'm one of the co-founders of Shadhin FinTech. Founded in 2018, we launched last year with strong early success. We have 35,000 plus downloads, 3,000 plus active users, and over 12 crore taka worth of funding requests. So what is a peer-to-peer funding platform? At Shadhin, we want to create a marketplace that connects borrowers with investors. Borrowers who are looking for funding to investors who wish to fund borrowers. These could be individuals to individuals or institutions to individuals. Currently, Bangladesh has 80 million underserved middle-class population that are not provided credit access from banks or microfinance institutions. We want to tackle and address this population. Specifically, borrowers would be able to take funding very fast within 3 to 5 days in a 100% online and digital ecosystem in a transparent and secure process. On the flip side, investors would be able to get competitive returns via the investments, short-term options, diversification, and create a social positive. At Shadhin, we have impacted 6 of the 17 SDG goals, including no poverty by giving loans to furloughed employees, quality education by providing a daughter's tuition fees to one of our borrowers, reducing inequality by providing high net worth individuals to provide funding to low net worth individuals, good health and well-being by providing medical loans, gender equality by ensuring women-first lending policy, and sustainable cities by prioritizing sustainable ventures. Over the time of COVID-19, we have impacted 1,000 plus lives by direct funding, covered all 64 districts of Bangladesh, provided an average of 30,000 taka loan for within 4 days or less. We also provided a financial well-being TV show, which had over 2 million viewers. Over the last 9 months, Shadhin has seen phenomenal growth. 25 million taka transaction volume, 120 million taka worth of funding requests, with 90% of our fundings being paid back on time, strong retention rate of over 70%, strong revenue, and also a healthy investor ROI. Our current products include the traditional peer-to-peer lending, but also enabling funding for marketplace service providers. We're working with the leading bank to provide laptop-based loans. We're also working with an employer to provide salary advance option for employees. Our future vision is to grow into new product offering, new partnerships, e-commerce integration, addressing the non-bank population of Bangladesh, to be a fintech service provider with a national credit score, and also to have a wallet that can enable savings, bills, and transaction. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to our presentation, Wishing Bangladesh to be Financially Shadhin.
Hi everyone, this is Anu Bharadwaj, founder of Sheconomy, the world's first angel-backed, women-led podcast app that's now ready on Android, iOS, and a new mobile platform called KaiOS that's designed and developed to reach the bottom billion. We're the first that's in all three platforms. Our competitors are podcast apps such as Spotify, JioSaavn, Ghana, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, but they're not so focused on this women's demographic as much as we are. And we've been developed and designed over Women Investing Women Digital, our platform that now has 970,000 followers on Facebook, the majority of whom are men. 55% of our target audience is actually male, who support women. And one of the leading markets happens to be Bangladesh. So we're delighted to be in this program, have also received the endorsement and support as a winner in the 2020 Transform Fund grant from the Islamic Development Bank, where we will also be scaling our podcast apps to the Royal Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the Sultanate of Oman, the United Arab Emirates, the Republic of Indonesia, and the People's Republic of Bangladesh. We're thrilled to be with you today in this accelerator. My partners and I, we've got a chief digital strategist who actually grew up in a Bangladeshi refugee camp and went on to lead NASDAQ's digital strategy before taking two companies public, backed by Kleiner Perkins, and ended up running IBM's blockchain solutions, as well as developing technologies for Cisco. My interim CTO worked on the next computer with Mr. Steve Jobs directly. So I have the most incredible team that understands artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, as well as cybersecurity and data privacy. And what we have coming up is not just a podcast app, but one that where you can listen, learn, and earn tokens and rewards, which is going to serve not only women like myself, but also those in the bottom billion who can listen, learn, and earn tokens, including those in refugee communities. So we're really looking forward to making this a pandemic phenomenon through our collaborations and partnerships with everybody involved in this accelerator. We see this as a co-opetition, not a competition, and look forward to working with as many startups that have been selected for financial inclusion. We've already started conversations with Shadeen, MyCash, AgriThink, Shujog, and others. And if we haven't met you, we're looking forward to meeting you and featuring you on our podcast series. So thank you. Our needs, we are raising a seed round, $5 million, and look forward to partnering with as many.
Do you want to be part of the change that brings a fundamental shift in the lives of the 100 million bottom of the pyramid population of Bangladesh? Equipping them with decent earning opportunities, addressing the problem of digital divide, and bringing this population into the financial inclusion bracket? Well, the Shujog is where you put your money to work. Our premise is simple. Through our community agents, we provide end-mile, door-to-door service of essential products and services. We use an Uberized model of rickshaws and vans for delivering these products and services. We are designing voice-based financial services. We provide data analytics, market intelligence for B2B clients. We're doing all of this through our app, Shujog XYZ, that offers our agents earn, learn, and connect opportunities. For sustainability, our business model engages both the B2C and B2B channels, addressing the issue of fragmented supply while creating a network effect. We plan to grab a small portion of the huge untapped market estimated at $100 billion by reaching a turnover of $110 million by 2025. So far, through our 2,000 plus micro entrepreneurs, we have reached over 1 million customers, earning a cumulative revenue of a little over 1.15 million since our inception in 2016. There is growing competition in end-mile delivery of products, from fintech companies for credit and insurance, from new generation logistics and e-learning platforms as we grow and scale. However, we believe in co-petition and not competition, and are seeking creative ways of collaborating as we expand and innovate. Strong alliances with goods and service providers like Reckitt Benckiser, SEI, Arla, financial institutions like Bank Asia, and financial enablers like VoiceBridge Bangladesh. Our in-house expertise in digital solutions, data analytics, fintech, supply chain, healthcare, nutrition, skills development, business, strong connections with the Bangladeshi diaspora, and a high-profile yet committed board will help Sujok move fast and realize its plan. We are seeking $5 million in Series A funding through multiple sources of grants and equity to strengthen our network all over the country, to enhance the features of our app Sujok XYZ, to introduce voice-based digital financial services, for branding and communication of our offers, to enhance our data analytics capacity through machine learning and deep learning. If you have any questions, we'll be happy to answer them. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Yumna, co-founder and chief growth officer at Rock Circle, and I'm here to introduce you to the future in alternative payment. Underbanked businesses are always on the sideline of the economy and don't have access to bridge financing such as factoring and bank loans. Sellers, on the other side, incur high costs when collecting their receivables due to high costs on merchants. At Rock Circle, we developed an open netting platform that allows B2B businesses to pay and get paid simultaneously by offsetting receivables with payables on the go. Netting has been done in certain industries, however, in a conservative one-on-one way. We developed circular netting, where we connect the dots between receivables and payables and propose netting deals to multiple businesses, allowing them to pay their dues without moving money. Netting helps businesses in liberating part of their working capital, reduces redundant transactions to the minimum, and reduces financial exposure. Truck Circle is the tool for financial inclusion for underbanked businesses. We charge a percentage per netted deal based on tiers that are built on the volume of the transactions and the size of the deal. For a seller, Truck Circle is the fastest payment alternative. It reduces financial exposure of not getting paid on time and has a lower cost than card payment. For a buyer, Truck Circle is easily accessible and has a lower cost than any other bridge financing, since uncollected receivable cancel due payables instantaneously. To grow our solution, we target large businesses with an already established network of clients and suppliers, such as trading corporates and financial institutions. We are piloting our solution with a leading chemical company and are being vetted by one of the big fours. Through our pilot, we were able to net out 3.5 of receivables and payables through circular netting, despite the tough constraint imposed on us of netting on the same due date and with third-party information only. And this number goes up to 9% when we include intercompany information. As a team, we have the know-how and technical expertise to manage receivables and payables. Faris has the vision, who is our CEO. Martin, our CPO, is the product expert and the previous manager at PwC. And Rudy is here to scale Truck Circle. We currently closed our pre-seed round and are looking to raise our seed round by Q4 2021. And our focus is to have more pilot customers in Uganda and Bangladesh with financial institutions to further certify our solution and convert them into clients. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Abhishek Bhattacharya, co-founder of Whirl, an agri-fintech startup solving the distress sale and the post-harvest financing problem for small and marginal farmers using innovative warehouse receipt finance. Post-harvest distress sale, due to temporary mismatch in localized supply and demand and lack of stock holding capacity, is a harsh reality for small and marginal farmers. Warehouse receipt finance helps farmers in fighting this menace by providing liquidity against stored commodities and thereby helping increase the realizable income by up to 40% after meeting all the storage, interest, and transportation costs. It also creates secured loan portfolio for the banks in the agricultural space. Globally, the first application of blockchain in agri-financing and Asia's first and the only asset-backed lending platform on blockchain, World uses blockchain technology to create a trustless network of banks and warehouses, thereby enabling a secured and risk-free lending platform for the lenders. The fintech lending app connected with blockchain enables real-time borrowing for the farmers. Finally, the farmers can trade their warehoused crops through tokenized receipts on an online commodity marketplace. World thus digitizes and enables all the post-harvest activities of a farmer on a single platform through its mobile app and integrated blockchain backend. This helps the farmers with access to low-cost finance at their doorsteps and in near real-time environment. Further, World helps the banks in unlocking the capital with better risk management and business expansion at significantly lower costs. By helping increase farmers' income through avoidance of distress sale in partnership with institutions such as banks and warehouses, World is working towards achievement of SDG goals 1, 8, 10, and 17. India's largest blockchain platform, World is currently live in 1,400 warehouses, having tokenized more than $500 million worth of commodities, while serving 4,000 plus farmers. We work with the government, banks, and credit bureaus with a credit line of $300 million for lending to farmers. In the last 5 months, we have already disbursed more than $1 million of loans. Having successfully implemented our solution in 5 states of India, World is looking to implement its solution in Bangladesh with the help of SDGia. A country like Bangladesh, where agri-sector receives much lower than its due share of credit, and post-harvest financing is largely absent. Warehouse receipt finance can be a game changer by leveraging the country's warehousing infrastructure that can store up to 1/3 of the total cereal production in the country. The founding team behind World comes with 60 plus years of cumulative experience and is supported by top-notch advisors from technology and financial inclusion domain. Thank you.
We really thank you to our financial inclusion startups for their pitches. Now we will continue with our digital agriculture cohort. The livelihood of 70% of the population in Uganda depends on agriculture. There's enormous potential to transform the economy by making farming more productive and profitable for Ugandan smallholder farmers. Our 20 teams in Digital Agriculture Pre-Acceleration Program representing 13 countries are offering impactful solutions for the problems of smallholder farmers in Uganda. Now it's time to watch them.
Hi, my name is Neno Khodise. I'm the co-founder and CEO of 3D Imo. It is estimated that by 2030, the African food economy would be valued at $1 trillion, and which 40% of that would come from animal protein consumption. But for many smallholder farmers on the continent, they would never realize that opportunity because a lot of them stock is not of good standards for commercial market, added to the many challenges of lack of traceability and access to markets. And that has created a bottleneck to meet the increasing meat demands on the continent. We have created an online marketplace for the sale of livestock vetted using AI and precision analytics direct from any farm of any size at any time to address the problems in the market for trade of livestock. And how it works is that we help onboard a farmer taking all the information of the farm, and then we then create identification of an animal by taking 3 images of a cattle's nozzle. Then from then we are then able to generate a QR code that is linked to the unique features of that animal. and we provide a unique ID of this animal. Then from then on, we provide a farmer with credits that helps them access animal feed and animal vaccination to help nourish the animal. And when the animal is well nourished and ready for market, we then list it on our Tola web app for trading, and then we then feature it for the world to see and buy direct from the farmer. Our business model is that we offer software as a service for business to business, where on one end we charge an annual subscription to the farmer, and we charge commission for every successful sale, charging $60 for annual subscription plus $20 for every animal listed for trade. Our attraction to date is that we have been able to sign up 440 farmers with a portfolio of 211,000 livestock, and we have been achieving 28% month-on-month client waiting list growth. We are not the only people in the world doing this, but what makes 3D stand out is that we are the only one providing an end-to-end solution from identification down to logistics handling. And our value proposition is that we provide a very simple user experience platform that makes it easy for selling and for buying livestock, even for many people who have no experience of extinguishing what a good animal looks like. It is led, and our team and our company is led by a well-experienced team with over 32 years experience in building stuff, data science, engineering, and just making shit happen. And our projections is that we are aiming to reach about 30,000 sales on our platform, with the estimated average value of each animal at $800. We envision that by July 2022 would have made a revenue of about $1.8 million. And we'd like everyone to join us in connecting the dots to make livestock trade adequate, accessible, and affordable for every farmer across the continent. Thank you.
Hi. Think of a family farmer living in Uganda. He's mostly dependent on rainfall and has no access to finance and insurance. Droughts and floods are getting frequent under climate change. How does he protect his future? There are 500 million family farmers all across the world, and the ones who can get insurance are only 3% in sub-Saharan Africa. Traditional ways of financing farmers have little use in these regions. Many years' effort in initiating subsidy programs demonstrates some success. However, the majority of the insurance and financing products managed to reach only medium and large producers. The size of the problem? Annual crop losses are as much as 3% of overall GDP of Uganda. We believe there's another way. I'm Osman, co-founder of Accurate. We are an EU and European Space Agency funded startup aiming to provide rural intelligence to agribusiness, agrifinance, and governments. And we provide an alternative way of assessing the risks of crops and farmers via satellite imagery analytics. In under a year, we quickly built a seasoned team of 8 from business, software, machine learning backgrounds. We have our MVP ready, and leading agri enterprises such as Bayer and Cargill are already using our services. Why satellite imagery? Because it provides an objective way of measuring risks for every farmer in the world. We detect farms, crops, and yield of every farm for the current season and past seasons. We work with distribution partners, and our initial insurance product is currently piloting at Mali, where we partner with OCO and Allianz. We measure the yield and insure it against all perils, not only for drought, but also for pests, disease, and more. The impact of our product? Up to 80% cheaper yield index insurance products and instant microcredits for unbanked and uninsured smallholder farmers. Our current insurance partners are already present in Uganda. We also met with many potential partners in both of the SDG Impact Accelerator cohorts. Next, we would like to adapt our algorithms to Uganda context, build new local partnerships, release our yield index insurance product, and bundle it with microcredits. 2 years ago, some leading researchers suggested that the next global food crisis is less than a decade away. We need to rapidly scale our agri-production without the cost of deforestation. And we can achieve it in Uganda. On one hand, we have 70% of the country's total land area as arable farmlands. On the other hand, only 25% is being productively utilized. Let's help rapidly ensuring financing these smallholders. Let the local industry thrive as we also tackle rising global food demand. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ogwal Joseph. I'm the founder and the CEO of Agro Supply. 1 billion people across the world are smallholder farmers. This is one of the biggest industries, but mostly operated by the most poorest people. Across Africa, there are about 326 million Africans who have little or no access to financial services. This is a big number of people who need finances, but they don't have it. In Uganda, we have 28 million Ugandans who have little or no access to financial services. And 75% of those are smaller farmers who live in rural areas, yet they want to buy agricultural inputs and other things that would help them in production. What are we offering as Agro Supply? We are the first company to develop a mobile layaway system that helps smaller farmers make small payments toward agricultural input using their phone without having to take them on credit. What is our model? We are providing a financial mechanism using a layaway system to help farmers save and invest in agricultural inputs. We do farm distribution to the last mile, delivering it to these farmers. We are helping farmers with extension services, doing last mile training through our agents and also digitally through our system. And we are finally connecting these farmers to ready markets so they can earn from their production. The beauty of our model is that we don't charge small farmers on using the system. We simply negotiate with seed companies and input companies that leave us a commission of 20 to 25% on every kilogram of inputs, and that is where you make our money. We have competitors like One Acre Fund and other microfinance institutions. What differs is that Agro Supply is not forcing smaller farmers to take inputs on credit. We develop a simple layaway system that would help them save and invest their own money in agricultural inputs. We're doing last mile distribution that most of our competitors are not doing. We're doing extension services that most of our competitors are not doing. What is attraction? We started in 2019 with 5,200 farmers making $98,000. In 2020, we reached 10,015 farmers. We made $207,984. This year, 2021, we have a target of 25,000 smaller farmers making $463,000. Well, we're looking for investment, 300,000 investment in seed round as convertible debt, but 75% out of that money has already been contributed by development partner. This money would help us go a long way in expanding our project across Uganda. The $15,000 that is also coming up from the SDGia will help us in expanding this project across Uganda, doing training and onboarding more farmers. Together, we have a team of 8 people that involves CTOs, people with extension services, people in finances, and other people, plus 130 village agents spread across Uganda. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lars Moller. I'm the MD of Agroclimatica. Really happy to form part of this group of really interesting companies. Agroclimatica promotes the digitalization of agriculture and financial inclusion through the transparency of the production risk of an agricultural loan application. Now, we do this through the analysis of correlations between climate, soil phenology, animal and good agricultural practices, and we express the risk numerically for a specific farm, for a specific activity, for a specific period of time, for a specific type of farmer. The solution is commercialized as a B2B to all actors involved in financing along the agricultural value chain, such as financial institutions, insurance companies, input and seed providers, export providers, as well as farmers directly. The users pay per consumed report, and thereby the scores becomes a small variable cost without installation and software fees. Now, we have more than 1,000 active users in 8 countries in Latin America and Africa, and we hope to launch in Uganda later this year. We run as fast as we can to expand rapidly, as we've not found a competitor that provides a same or a similar solution anywhere in the world so far. And climate change, and especially financial inclusion, is a realized problem in many, especially developing countries. So there's a real need for our solution, and we believe that it has a great potential to create actual impact. Our team of around 25 is based in Denmark, in the Netherlands, and in Nicaragua, and it's a happy mix of commercial guys, ITs, as well as agronomists and meteorologists, statisticians, and so you can imagine we have some really happy Christmas celebrations. Now, we are very happy to form part of the program, and we hope that we can get network as well as funding out of it, funding to establish our presence in Uganda, adapting the platform to all the local idiosyncrasies, the databases, the inventory of activities of crops and climate, and so on. So we hope that you will look favorable on us and our application. Thank you very much for listening.
Pest and diseases, these are the two major challenges to the growing food demand. Every year we are losing more than $70 billion dollars due to pest infestation and climate change. Today technology has reached every aspect of life, but farmers are still relying on traditional method of farming, which is farming and pest management, which is not only slow, but it does not provide the real-time information, and this leads to huge crop damage. Hi, I'm Rashi Verma. I am founder and CEO of Axmatic Technologies.
Hi, I am Abhishek Sinha. I am co-founder and CTO. Axmatic is a precision agriculture company founded in 2017 with a mission to help farmers improve their crop yield using a data-driven approach. To tackle this problem, we came up with a solution called Pestlytics, which is an IoT and AI-based solution that provides early identification and prediction and provides advisories to the farmers in the form of SMS and alerts. Our solar-powered IoT device requires no human intervention. The system works in 4 stages. It starts by capturing images of the pest, sends those images to the server where our deep learning models identifies the pest and sends alerts to all the farmers in the catchment area. These alerts comprises of pesticides, recommended pesticides and insecticides, and the system works with wide variety of crops and pests. Till date, we have been able to impact more than 2,500 farmers by not only improving their yield quality, but also helping them in improving their quantity by getting them better pricing and eventually helping them in saving inputs. We are operating in northern parts of India and recently have started a pilot in Uganda with our local partner Excelhort. We had the opportunity of working with clients like World Bank, L&T, Ambuja Cement, to name a few. Our app downloads have reached more than 1,000 and we have more than 2,000 farmers on board. We have a subscription-based model for small and medium holding farmers, while at the same time for large farmers we have a direct sales model.
Currently, we are piloting our product with 20 farmers in Uganda with our partner Excelhort, and we are planning to expand it to 500 farmers in next few months, and by 2022 we plan to commercially launch our product. In the post-acceleration phase, we are going to expand it to 500 farmers while focusing on maize and fall armyworm. We will be also identifying a CBO in that region, and the total budget requirement is $140,000. Our current revenue is $33,000, and we expect it to reach 1.8 million by 2025. We are aligned with SDG goal for sustainable agriculture. To sum up, Axmatics brings in huge support mechanism for farmers by bringing them modern tools of agriculture. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Julie McKenna. I'm an engineer at Astral Aerial and I'm here to tell you about UAV agriculture solutions to improve farm performance. Thank you for having me. So Astral Aerial is a KCAA certified drone operator and drone service provider based in Kenya, and we're also a subsidiary of Astral Aviation, which is a Kenyan cargo airline that operates internationally. Our drone services include agriculture services, air transportation of cargo, as well as other services. And our vision is to be a world-class drone operator and drone services provider. So Astral is built on 3 pillars, which is drone services, drone training, which is mainly geared towards the youth, as well as drone resale and drone repair services. Meet our team of young and vibrant drone aviation as well as agriculture professionals, and we put in a lot of passion and hard work in driving the drone revolution in Africa. We won awards like the Airbus's Africa for Future Challenge, where we were named as one of the top 10 most promising startups in Africa. So in agriculture, we realized that there's a lack of access to quality up-to-date actionable data that can be leveraged for decision making in farms. And we use drone technology to assess the crop status as well as carry out precision crop spraying, which drastically reduces the amount of farm input that is sprayed on the farms. Our high-resolution orthomosaic maps are used for row-level plant counting as well as gap analysis, which gives an indication of your farm productivity. And the same maps are used for boundary management. Let's say you're carrying out a land tenure management issue in a refugee settlement setting. So our drone platform is the DJI Phantom 4 multispectral drone that is fitted with a multispectral sensor that can assess the health of crops. Within this project, our implementation plan includes obtaining regulatory approval as well as community buy-in, carrying out agricultural mapping and map production, and finally, carrying out community-driven map analysis and boundary management exercises within the community. And finally, we'll issue the community members with a digital map of their farms. Our revenue model is charged at a per acre cost for the different services. So we charge $2 to $5 per acre for agricultural mapping, $7 to $10 per acre for agricultural spraying, and an average of $1,500 for drone training. So within this program, we seek to achieve a 10% improvement in farm productivity within the communities, as well as reduce the technology gap by introducing this new technology. And finally, we seek to build partnerships within this program among the cohort members as well as with other mentors. And why us? We have an ARPAS operating certificate already. We've mapped over 2,500 farmers, so we have the experience, and we also add value by providing training for increasing drone uptake within the region. So we are seeking $40,000 in grant funding to implement the solution in Uganda, as well as mentorship opportunities to drive drone technology adoption. Our partners include the World Bank, FCDO, as well as the Ministry of Agriculture and the County Government of Kiambu, not to mention Kabi. So thank you so much for having me, and I'm open to answering any of your questions. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ayan, founder and CEO of Boardlock Web Services.
UN states that sustainable agriculture could feed 10 billion by 2050. However, lack of transparency, traceability, governance, and inefficiency in these agri-value chains is resulting in billions of dollars in losses, food fraud, wastage, and unfair trade practices.
Boardlock Web Services is a purpose-built blockchain SaaS platform that provides transparency and traceability solutions, reducing fraud, waste, information asymmetry, while improving compliance of agri-value chains. Unlike the general-purpose blockchains like Ethereum and Bitcoin, Boardlock Network blockchain is meant for agri-stakeholders that comes with industry best practice modules such as identities, compliance audits. BWS APIs use a Lego-based approach that are building blocks that can help you adapt to any agri-business process, whether it's olive supply chain in Europe or the jute supply chain in India, or it could be the coffee supply chain in Tanzania. We use the transactional revenue model, which is pay-per-use for the BWS APIs. This reduces the burden of CapEx and the cost of maintaining both blockchain and their own applications. Our customers are agri-businesses, auditors, regulatory bodies, and nonprofits involved in sustainable agriculture.
To create a fair marketplace, BWS Blockchain offers tools like decentralized identities of farmer cooperatives, sustainable audits, provenance tracking of commodities, and secure contracts on the blockchain.
Due to this API-led approach, our competitors like SGS Intertech on the compliance audit side, or traceability companies like Fairfood, SourceTrace, or Chainpoint could actually become our customers. They focus on their businesses, use their existing systems, yet connect to an open source agri-blockchain. It reduces their cost of ownership and investments into this evolving space of blockchain with respect to Uganda, certifying for voluntary sustainability standards and making small businesses compliant to global trade can be a significant challenge. BWS provides automation to ensure that smallholders get access to government benefits, become compliant, and have fair access to markets. Our founders come from agricultural and social development backgrounds with a strong expertise on developing purpose-built blockchain systems. Our network of SMEs and advisors collaborate on a regular basis on sustainability goals, market strategy, product development, and market feedback.
Each one of us is entitled to chemical-free, poison-free, and nutritious food at fair prices. Our mission is to create sustainable food chains where the farmer is at the center of the ecosystem. Thank you.
Hello everyone, greetings from Nairobi, Kenya. Luswata is a smallholder coffee farmer in Mityana district in Uganda. Despite her doing this for 20 years, she is unable to make enough money from coffee to pay school fees and feed her 4 children. She is frustrated by the prevailing prices but doesn't know how to sell beyond her current customers. This is not unique to Luswata. More than 1.7 million smallholder farmers in Uganda are economically squeezed in a multi-billion-dollar industry that pays them less than 5% of the coffee cup retail price. This is because the coffee's value chain involves a lot of middlemen, and the price is tied to the commodity market, which is ruled by volatility and speculation. But thanks to blockchain technology, Luswata can now receive digital identity that allows her to connect directly with roasters and buyers, as well as to set prices for her coffee beans-based real production cost. Through Coffee Africa, she can sell at 300% more and improve payment turnaround time by 80%. Again, Brandon, an entrepreneur who opened a new roaster in Omaha City in Nebraska last month, can now buy Luswata's coffee through our platform and get to know valuable information such as farming conditions, harvest time, shipping information, among others. Our total addressable market in Uganda is about $494 million. We have adopted a subscription revenue model with an initial 30 days of free trial. The fast-growing company currently has in excess of 5,000 active users and cumulative revenue of about $485,000, surely on the path to scale. These companies are our main competitors, but we differentiate by providing certification, diverse new markets, and monthly predictive prices using data analytics. Our team at Coffee Africa has over 50 years combined wealth of experience and skills in software architecture, business development, finance management, system security and audit, global trade, and data analytics. Data-driven projections indicate that an investment of about $100,000 to scale in Uganda would allow us to create approximately 1,000 direct and indirect jobs across the value chain. We have sought collaborations with these leading agri-tech companies in Uganda and plan to leverage on their experiences and farmers' network to launch in Uganda. Our inclusive business model rewards excellence, quality, and fair competitiveness. Join us. Let's save Luswata from this cycle of poverty. Thank you.
This woman in the picture, she's been farming for the past 30 years. She's 70 years old. She's been farming with no rest. She can't retire. She doesn't have any savings. She can't retire because she gets her income from farming. She'll have to farm until the end of time. She needs to survive. This woman in the picture is my mom, a smallholder farmer in South Africa who inherited her land from her parents. My name is Lina Mapanga from Farmer's Assistant. Like my mother, this woman on the picture will have to probably farm until the end of time. She needs to survive. It doesn't matter what's happening, the conditions are, she needs to farm. She has no retirement plan, no savings. She can't really stop. She cannot afford to stop farming. She needs to farm. The only thing that she has is the land that she currently occupies. Farmer's Assistant is a chatbot platform that enables smallholder farmers to access finance. We also allow them to be able to save and also access wealth management tools to grow, invest, and just grow their businesses and be able to retire and not to farm when the conditions are not suitable for them to do so. But also for financial literacy purposes and also agribusiness management, they are able to learn through a chatbot, through chat. The platform lives on Facebook, on WhatsApp, and also on Farmer's Assistant website. So the farmer clicks on the chatbot and they're able to learn whatever that they need to learn in terms of financial literacy and also to access financial solutions. And through the information that we get from these chatbots, we're able to partner with financial service providers to create products for smallholder farmers, or to develop them rather. Like my mother, there are 500 million smallholder farmers globally that are suffering from this. And currently we have 2,500 users in Uganda and 300,000 users or smallholder farmers in the rest of Africa. We have clients, financial service companies like Growbank who are working with us. They are the ones that are paying for the platform to get the data, and then the farmers, they use the data for free. They use the platform for free. There are other people on the market that have the same solution, but it does not offer savings and wealth management capabilities. We started in 2019 and we would like to double our user base in the next 6 months. We are asking $20,000 US grant funding and 60,000 seed funding to scale up in Uganda and in 13 other African countries in Africa. We'll use the funds for marketing, human capital, and also product development. This is the team that is leading this product. We have started in 2019. We've received funding in 2020 from Project Care. You can find us on www.farmersassistant.africa. Like my mother, these farmers in the picture, they also want to survive and break away from poverty through the land that they occupy, through farming. Thank you.
At Flamingo Foods want to provide access to food for all homes in Africa. In sub-Saharan Africa, every third child still suffers from malnutrition and hunger. Price volatility is one of the main reasons for this. You can see that corn prices in Tanzania can suddenly cost twice as much as during normal years. These peaks are often related to climate extremes such as droughts. We believe this problem can be solved nowadays. Rice and corn alone is a $7 billion USD market in Eastern Southern Africa. In our company, we use weather forecasts, satellite observations, and market prices as data to inform our analytics. We estimate supply and demand, have price forecasts, and a logistics model that are used in our operations. We have our own storage facilities, processing plants, and the transport infrastructure to bring food from the surplus to the deficit regions. We have more than 7 years of research experience in prestigious universities, and I want to show you how our solution works. Before the spring season 2020, it was already evident several months in advance that this season will be rather wet in the eastern part of the continent, whereas rather dry in the southern part of the continent. So we started a business collaboration with a Zambian partner and transported food from Tanzania to Southeast DRC and Zambia. We tackle food insecurity before it happens. The tools such as the seasonal weather forecast I just showed, as well as other forecasts and the real-time satellite observations allow us to tackle the food crisis proactively before it happens. In 2020, we stored more than 700 tons of rice, milked more than 1,000 tons of rice, and our sales were above $500,000 with a positive cash flow and EBIT. We expanded to DRC, Zambia, and Kenya from our Tanzanian headquarters, and this year we would like to implement our solution to Uganda with your help. We have strong external supports, winning awards, participating in accelerator and mentoring programs, as well as receiving research funding and grants. And our team consists of Leonard, who is a serial entrepreneur in the Tanzanian food and IT sector, Adrian, who worked at leading companies in the retail and logistics industry, and me, I'm a weather and satellite expert at the Artificial Intelligence Lab at Stanford. Join us to fight hunger. We reduce poverty and hunger. We create workplaces and economic growth. We increase resilience against climate extremes. We project that by 2024, we will have distributed 60,000 tons of food, supplied to 400,000 consumers, and gave market access to 15,000 farmer families, generating $9.5 million income for them. Please help us to scale our mission. It's not only about improving people's lives, it's about making them survive. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Berk from For Farming. We are an agri-tech startup that develops IoT, cloud, artificial intelligence, and blockchain applications for agriculture. We are applying to the SDG Impact Accelerator to make agriculture in Uganda more efficient and more sustainable. Uganda has a high potential for agriculture. The tropical climate of the country is suitable for cultivating many types of plants. 85% of the land is arable, and some plants can grow in all 4 seasons with proper infrastructure. However, only 35% of the land can be utilized due to poor irrigation practices, and it's not possible to farm in dry seasons without irrigation. Moreover, nursery practices, fertilization, and pesticide usage are also suboptimal, causing the yields to be much lower than the potential. These problems are caused by a combination of lack of resources, lack of infrastructure, and lack of know-how. For farming, remote monitoring, control, and automation software can tackle all of these problems. Our cloud-based IoT software monitors environmental conditions that are critical to plant growth with sensors at the farm, and optimizes these conditions by automatically controlling the irrigation pumps, fans, lights, and other equipment according to the plant recipes we have developed with AI assistance and data analysis. This enables farmers to easily grow the highest quality products without needing any expertise, save up to 95% water and fertilizers, and increase the yield by up to 100%. We can implement this solution in Uganda in different ways. NAADS provides farmers with solar-powered irrigation systems. By integrating our measurement stations and software into the systems, we can ensure that farmers easily and correctly irrigate, fertigate, and apply pesticides according to weather and soil conditions. Farmers can also be informed through a web application or SMS messages. By applying the solution, we can achieve up to 40% water and fertilizer savings and 20% higher harvest yields on top of enabling year-long cultivation and the utilization of more arable land. Harvest losses are also minimized thanks to the correct application of pesticides. The electricity consumption of the system is very low and it can run on solar. The internet requirement is also under 100 megabytes per month, and internet interruptions and low bandwidth are not a problem. Lastly, the system is very affordable and can be assembled in Uganda using widely available equipment. The same system can be integrated to automate greenhouse farms. These greenhouses can be used to grow a wide variety of vegetables, fruits, and herbs. On average, a 1,000 square meter greenhouse can produce 7 tons of lettuce with hydroponic systems or 3 tons with soil. Finally, our technology can be used to build automated indoor or greenhouse nurseries. In these closed areas, the risk of pest infection is minimal and the environment can be optimized 100%, so healthy and high-quality seedlings can be grown efficiently and sustainably. We are looking to cooperate with the government of Uganda and relevant NGOs in assessing suitable locations for application and providing the necessary infrastructure. I'm looking forward to discussing the details of the solution and answering any questions you may have. Thank you.
Did you know that over 40% of fresh produce is spoiled before reaching your plate? My name is John Bindio. I am the CEO and founder of FreshBox. At FreshBox, we design, manufacture, and install solar-powered cold storage solutions. These units are therefore installed in different points of the food supply chain. That is, at the production point, this is the farm, at the aggregation or distribution point, as well as at the market or the vendor point. We have three different business models. Our key model is renting out space on these units, which we call rental, refrigeration as a service. And we charge a standard fee, which should be monthly or quarterly for use of the units. And we also have a model where we sell the units wholesale to large-scale farmers or aggregators. Our units are locally made, and so we are the most affordable option right now in the market with locally available components. We are able to make a unit in 2 to 3 days. For the last 2 years of operation, we are in 2 different countries, and we have over 21 units installed and operational, serving over 200 fresh produce farmers and aggregators. We are able to reduce food waste up to 23% due to refrigeration. At the same time, we increase farmer, vendor, or aggregator revenue up to 15%. So far, we have worked with different bodies. These include the World Food Program, and we've gotten recognition from CLASP as a third position for the Global LEAP Awards Off-Grid Cold Storage Challenge. We intend to install at least 100 units in the next 1 year, and this counts towards our bigger picture of having 10,000 units installed by 2030 in sub-Saharan Africa. We have a very capable and accomplished team. I am the founder and CEO, and I oversee business operations, customer service, as well as on-ground operations. Tom helps me in the technical part of the business, and Judy helps us in the financial part of the business. We also subcontract different contractors based on volume of business that we have. We are currently raising $500,000, and this is part of our pre-seed round, and this is in equity or convertible debt. These funds will be used to install at least 10 units, and as well as 5 mobile units across the seasonal farmers or in the different parts of that value chain. We're also looking at increasing our team. This is in the sales, customer experience, and marketing, as well as a bit of research and development on our cooling technology. Thank you.
My name is Sharon Oshiata. I am the CEO and the co-founder Hydroponic Farms Uganda.
And my name is Tugamreva Amon Maikaho, the co-founder and head of business operations at Hydroponic Farm. Did you know that according to the UN statistics, 8.9% of the people in the world are hungry? And in Uganda, 17.6% of our 45 million people is malnourished. And this is worse in towns where there is little or no land to practice agriculture. If nothing is done, the immense challenge of achieving zero hunger target by 2030 won't be achieved. Secondly, climate variability and human-induced soil health degradation have contributed to food insecurity. Our solution is a hydroponic farm. Our hydroponic culture technique and integration of smart IoT systems are deemed promising solutions to the aforementioned problems. We also have passive hydroponics that are not automated and don't use power for our target population in order to create value for low-income communities. For off-grid clients, we have utilized solar panels to power the farms. The main target is 300,000 urban dwellers in urban areas of Uganda as we speak in the short term, and 2 million in East Africa and Sub-Saharan Africa. These are identified through their organized groups. Our revenue model is subscription, commission, and direct sale. We have installed 1,600 651 farms. We have 11 district agents in the 5 districts of Uganda that we occupy, and a total revenue in general of 200,138. We have some competition with Women's Miles homestead farms, among others, but unlike them, we are technologically equipped, accessible, and affordable. We have a consolidated team that includes an agronomist, IoT back-end and front-end engineers, accountants, among others. We are looking for $50,000 to help us expand new markets and upgrade our IoT technology. When we get funding, we will deploy interoperable smart farming IoT-based platforms delivered through a series of 30 pilots across 40 districts. The potential of advanced standards-based interoperability between IoT technologies will be demonstrated by adapting and extending existing standards into an overarching agricultural information model, ensuring security, privacy, and business confidentiality. We are in talks to do collaborations with For Farming, which is part of the digital cohort. We want to use their cloud-based IoT software for automating and remotely connecting our farms to other districts. We ask the judges to choose us to be part of this digital cohort such that we can continue improving agriculture and improving lives. Thank you so much.
Hello, welcome to Congo Microfinance. Barbara Magala, my name is. Growing up in my village, my parents tilled large fertile soils to ensure that we had enough food on the table and school fees to go to school. But as years passed, the story changed. Troy district is one of the districts that is enriched with fertile soils and neighbors Kenya and the other districts, but has always faced challenges. I, with a couple of friends, decided to come up with Congo Microfinance to address the following problems. That is one, limited access to finance, low price for the farmers' produce, and limited access to the market. Hence, addressing the SDG goals of no poverty, zero hunger, gender equality, decent work and economic growth, and climate action. Our services include production financing, market linkages, training in financial literacy, and the agronomic practice, and the technical support to promote financial inclusion for all. Our business model includes agricultural loans, soybean seeds, value addition, market linkages. We are looking for $30,000 to enable us purchase machines to add value to the farmers' produce. Our value proposition includes that is affordable loans, seasonal payments, gaining of knowledge and skills, and market access. When I talk of seasonal payments, I mean I give chance to the farmer to pay back the loan based on the performance of the crop. We have got competitors such as banks, microfinance, VSLs, and circles, but we are different by creating job opportunities in the community through empowering of the farmer. Two, we contribute to the increase of income by providing access to finance, and also contribute to the increase in food security and environmental sustainability. Our segment includes that is the raw man who's between 35 to 65 years old, then a youth who's between 18 to 35 years old. We are looking at empowering 50,000 women, 45,000 youth, and growing 45,000 fruit trees, and empowering 45,000 farmers on the usage of organic fertilizers. Our attraction includes value addition, which takes 20%, mobile money 10%, loan products 40%, and soybean 40%. We have got a strong team. I myself who's into operations, then Rafael Orisa, who's a lawyer and a social entrepreneur, helps with the KPIs and the marketing of the company. Then Alexandra Ayub, who's an economist and an investment banker, helps us with strategic planning. And Achem Felista helps us with the books of accounts. Find us at Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Gaetano Volpe and I am the CEO of Latitude 40. We use space data to support precision farming. What are the problems? More than 30% of fertile soils has been lost during past 4 years, and every year a lot of crops are lost for uninformed decision. We need more food because by 2030 the population will grow by 1.2 billion, and we need simple solution because the farmer is not a data scientist or an IT expert. Our solution is a unified data analytics platform to automatically extract information from satellite data to support precision farming decision-making. We manage all the process from the data collection to classification and fusion and the visualization using web dashboard or mobile apps. We have also a connector for connected machine for a fully integrated project. We offer this fully automated platform that allows to make the best decision with a zero-code approach. We set no limits. We have a multi-source approach. So we use different satellite and IoT sensors to offer to our customer crop health monitoring solution, irrigation management solution, fertilizer management, and yield forecast based on our AI algorithms. Our market, we have 3 different approaches to the market: directly to farmers and agronomists, and we support insurance and financial institutions in IoT and farm management solution for better precision farming project. The market is very huge, a value of around 1 billion of USD, but is expected to reach 2.2 billion in 2025. Our revenue model is based on software as a service model with a subscription based on the type of service, base or pro, the size of the area in hectares, and the duration. There is a lot of competitors, but we are different because we offer an integrated approach with the satellite and weather data and AI-based DL forecast. We are also ready-made connectors for farm management software and for connected machines. Our team is very strong. We worked together for more than 10 years. We worked in the space sector for a long time, and we are passionate for startup. And we have also a lot of experience also in agri-tech business. We already have a couple of investors, Texas, first of all, and CRIF, the Italian data company. Now we are opening a new deal to increase the development team, to complete our digital twin and simulation solution, and to enforce our sales team and our activity of marketing and go-to-market. The SDG accelerator of my goals are to develop a computer-less interaction system through the use of Telegram, WhatsApp, Messenger, chatbot for natural language communication, validating our solution for digital agriculture projects in Uganda and then extending the service to other developing countries, and interact with the local stakeholders and ecosystem to create a new model for precision agriculture. Our main goals is a more sustainable and resilient agriculture. Thank you.
Welcome to M-Shamba. M-Shamba is solving the problem of food wastage and starvation at the farm level. Up to $129 million are lost by potato farmers in Kenya as a result of post-harvest losses. The solution that M-Shamba is providing is a proprietary digital platform that matches demand from the market with supply from the farms, ensuring that there is minimal wastage and farmer productivity, profitability, and incomes are increased. So the solution uses a mobile phone on different channels. So we have a channel on USSD, on interactive voice, and on SMS. The traders are able to order for their products, and this is aggregated in the system and matched with the supply from the farms. And therefore, M-Shamba picks from the farms and is able to deliver to these traders at their shops. And so the market is quite huge. We're talking about 300 billion USD, but we're looking at a serviceable obtainable market of 15%. This is a B2B model. So smallholder farmers are supported in production of safe and quality produce. M-Shamba aggregates and pays these smallholder farmers through mobile money at the farm gates. Then the traders push in their orders, and this is fulfilled. And a lot of market intelligence that is gathered through the process is transferred back to the farmers to improve their productivity. Our mission is to reduce food waste and starvation simultaneously. And so we hope that by integrating all the new technologies into a single disruptive platform, we'll be able to improve sustainably incomes in among farmers, profitability, and also reduce the post-harvest losses. The impact metrics is increased income for the farmer, reduced post-harvest losses, increased profitability for the vendors, and jobs created. We are looking for 100,000 USD to expand to 4 more routes, and each route will have about 150 vendors, 700 farmers, a monthly revenue of about $12,000, and 22% gross margins. We have a great team and great partners who are working with us including the World Bank, Mercy Corps Agrifi, and Microsoft. Thank you, and we look forward to your great cooperation.
Hello, Mark Matuva my name, and I'm the founder and CEO of Nampia Farmers Market, which is a mobile-based food distribution and logistics platform that's actually reinventing Uganda's approach to food retail by enabling food businesses to get supplies directly from the farm gate. And this is important for our country and people because the current informal distribution value chain is a stress factor for everyone on the way. Rural farmers are getting peanuts for their hard-earned agricultural labor because they are out of reach to constant and bulk buyers, and so they are dependent on heartless brokers for pricing of their commodities. The greengrocers or the food vendors, the people selling what we eat every day, are getting supplies from third parties at higher prices. Then end consumers like me and you are paying high price points to food vendors for food that is hardly fresh. Then what is most disturbing is that a staggering 40 to 45% of marketable fresh food is lost to waste due to massive delays and poor handling at the third-party premises, and the cost of the wasted food is pushed on to us in terms of inflated food prices. That is why a few years back I started to found Nampia Farmers Market with some technology to completely disrupt the food supply chain. The technology I'm talking about here is actually a mobile interface which allows those smallholder farmers to use their simple, basic and feature phones to send a cost-free SMS onto our platform announcing what they have for sale every day. As they do that, the people trading food like the greengrocers, hotels and restaurants can also use SMS or a mobile application to order what they need from the platform. And then Nampia does all the matchmaking, organizes all the logistics to deliver food where it is needed within 24 hours. So we make money by buying from farmers and reselling to retailers. As you can see from the green side, we pay farmers way much more and charge retailers way less and still make an incredible margin. And that is because our system is much more efficient as compared to the competitors. So that model has actually earned us trajectory since 2017 to date, when we've grown the company almost 12 times in a period of less than 4 years. The opportunity itself is huge, as you can see, 70% of Ugandans are employed by agriculture, and urbanization in the country is happening at a rate of 4% every year. So now that we are able to eliminate leakages while optimizing the agricultural value chain process due to mobile payments, we are now looking at optimizing our operations, expanding our product offering, and growing our market size. So amongst the main takes that we need to take, we need to integrate cold chain storage and logistics within our value chains. And if we can do this, Nampia Farmers Market shall allow flexibility and create a more stable demand for Ugandan farmers. Just to let you know that I don't work alone. I work with an incredible team of, which includes 2 young ladies who are committed to using their lives to improve lives of fellow Ugandans via agriculture. Together we have a diverse but yet relevant background to what we are doing. I thank you so much for your time and interest in Nampia Farmers Market.
Hello everyone, this is Mila from Sensagro. Sensagro is a cutting-edge climate-smart technology company from Sri Lanka. Growing up, I have seen my father suffer because of crop losses due to weather-related uncertainties and lack of information. And this problem is not only with my father, but every farmer faces the same issue because of lack of data and making farming decisions. Underperformance is emerging markets' common enemy. So as fourth generation farmer comes engineer, we choose technology as a tool to feed the world. At Sensagro, we plant IoT and AI to understand plants' real-time conditions in 3 different layers. With wireless cellular network, we collect real-time human-free data to build accurate farming solutions that remove guesswork and uncertainty of production in traditional methodologies. And for the past 3 years, we made partnership with Crop-Specific Institute to validate our technology and converting the raw data into actionable insights that guide the farmers with hyper-local farming instructions. And it really worked. Our early adopter client base in Sri Lanka, especially agribusinesses and smallholder farming associations, enjoying a great yield and quality improvement. and reduce their cost in irrigation and chemical usages drastically. Clean evidence to data enable a long-term yield predictability and perfect traceability for the farmers as value additions. We have made this possible with zero capital, pay-as-you-go pricing structure. Currently, we have covered over 200 acres, especially in coconut, mango, and potato and tea varieties. Our B2B2C distribution-based business model opened up a fast, scalable global market. Currently, we have piloted our projects in UAE, Japan, and exploring a positive deployment in India as well. Despite the COVID situation, our revenue increased by 10 times. This calendar year, we made over 35,000 USD revenue and expecting a positive six-digit projects in pipeline for 2021. Sustainability is our DNA. For the past 3 years, we were recognized by International Impact Awards, including Climate Launchpad in Edinburgh / Global Impact Awards in Helsinki. Producing more with less without compromising future. That's what our motto, and we are sticking to it. So far, we have raised 2 rounds of investment. With our next round, we are focusing $1 million revenue by 2024 with our current market expansion plans. We are looking for more crop-specific research partnerships and new market collaborations, and our team made out of with new generation farmers, engineers, agronomists, and visionary entrepreneurs, and backed by research institutes and eminent advisory panel board. Our young team with a mission to promote climate-smart technologies and practices in rural farming communities. Hope you all join the mission to make a hunger-free world.
SDGia is built to support great scale of farmer-producer organizations, and we always make hyper-local native partnerships for expansions. Especially for SDG Impact Accelerator, we are looking forward to make partnerships with local agrarian services or agriculture input providers. And we are looking forward to make microfinance organizations as our partner for payment collection and due diligence. Especially, we see a couple of potential partners within this cohort also, which can lead to a perfect synergies for us. We are happy to answer any questions on SDGia. Thank you.
Only 4% of commercial credit goes to small-scale farmers here in Africa, leaving 500 million small-scale farmers without access to commercial credit. And the major cause of this is lack of digitization, whereby you find it's very difficult to access the bio as well as the economic data of the farmers. So as Shamba Records, what we do, we provide a real-time data collection tool that's able to collect data from the farm level all the way to the aggregation and lastly to the market. In between that process, we're able to automate payments to the farmer, we're able to automate credit insurance to the farmer, we're able to automate agriculture extension services to the farmer, and lastly, we're able to automate insurance services to the farmers. It's our call that you join us from impacting 10,000 small-scale farmers here in Kenya to more than 3 million small-scale farmers, not only in Kenya, but parts of Uganda as well as the rest of Africa. Kindly join us on this journey of helping the farmer to produce more, as well as helping the farmer to feed the world.
Naitwa Beatrice Mora. Mimi ni mkulima wa kahawa. Nimekuwa nikipata shida mingi sana kwa sababu nikipeleka kahawa yangu kwa factory napata kilo zangu zimepungua. Tena inabidi ningoje miezi kadhaa kabla ya malipo yangu kuingia. Mimi ni mama watoto na ni lazima nilisha watoto wangu. Hata kupata mahali pa kukopa inakuwa ngumu sana. Lakini tangu nianze kutumia Shamba Records nimefurahi sana. Kwa sababu napata SMS ya kuhakikisha kilo zangu zimeingia na pia napokea malipo yangu kwa simu na tena napata mahali pa kukopa pesa. Asante sana Shamba Records. Na uendelee kutusaidia sisi wamama wakulima.
My name is George Maina, founder Shamba Records, and you can always check us on our Facebook page, on our Twitter page, on our website on this journey of helping the farmer to feed the world. Thank you.
My name is Nabuma Shamin Kalisa.
a co-founder of Solar Chill Technologies Uganda Limited. I was raised in an extended family in rural Uganda, where the main activity was farming. Like many other families in our village, family labor was the main source of labor, and used to put in all our effort to make sure that we produce as much as we can for both food and livelihood. At the end of every season, there was this gentleman called Chaka who used to come telling our parents the prices of agro produces were very low. Since our parents lacked knowledge about the current prices in the market, together with the lack of direct link to buyers, and to make it worse, they lacked good storage facilities to store their produce for a long time. This gave Chaka an opportunity to give them the prices he wanted. And in the end, our parents kept in poverty while Chaka kept on prospering. These loopholes explain why middlemen have turned the sector that employs more than 60% of the Ugandan population to being unproductive and less profitable. At Solar Chill, we believe that farmers need few things in place that middlemen can become history in the agriculture sector. We avail farmer female groups with AI-generated predictions on the seasonal supply and demand on the forecast to help them plan on what to grow for the next season. We also go on to avail these farmers with information about the daily market prices and also link them directly to buyers using our AI chatbot that's accessible on the mobile application, on WhatsApp, on Facebook, and SMS platforms. As I said before, we cannot just link farmers to buyers without providing them with storage facilities. We also make, rent out, and sell our solar-powered storage space to farmers as they help them store their produce for a long time as they are looking for favorable buyers using our chatbot. Unlike other companies, Solar Chill will not only link to buyers, but also provide the cold chain technology to safely store their produce and also avail them with information about the demand and supply prediction. We sell and rent out our solar powered storage space to female farmer groups, and also there's paying of subscription fees for those who sell out their produce through our chatbot. Our target markets are female farmer groups, and we link them to a wider market so that they can sell their produce. We have sold 101,000 tons of food through our chatbot. Our team is made up of experienced people led by Nabu Mashinim, John Botchers, Agaba Peter, Scott Johnson, and Biraba Rona. We are looking at seeking $350,000 to scale our businesses to more districts in Uganda. Thank you so much.
And with that, we come to the end of our pitches. And what a marathon of wonderful ideas. We hope that you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed working with a group of amazing startups. And now with that, it's the turn of the evaluation committee, which has a very difficult task ahead of them. And if you enjoyed this, please tune into our demo day in June for our acceleration program as well. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for being with us and watching our amazing impact startups. As Mehmet said, we will have the demo day on June. So please follow us on social media, SDGia.org, for following us all the time and getting the updates about our teams and the program. Thanks a lot, everyone. Bye-bye.